I'm so sorry. I did not know that I'm on mute. I'm so sorry. I think we are so late. Guys, can we start? Mansi, can we start here?
Sure, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're perfectly audible. Please go ahead. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Firstly, good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome from my side to everyone in today's session on career opportunities and applications of artificial intelligence in healthcare and clinical research industry. In this session, we will explore the transformative impact of AI on healthcare and clinical research, highlighting its potential to revolutionize diagnostics, treatment plans, and drug discovery. We'll delve into the myriad career opportunities that AI integration opens up with dynamic and rapidly evolving our pharma industry. Today, we have with us our esteemed speakers, Professor Dr. Pramod Rajput sir, Mr. Jenny Raja Singh, Ms. Sarabjit Sidhu ma'am, and Dr. Ajit Singh. Let me provide you with an overview for today. We have a session by Professor Rajput, followed by Dr. Jenny Raja Singh, followed by Dr. Sarab ma'am session, and lastly by Dr. Ajit Singh sir. I would request Ajit Singh sir for addressing the session for today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mansi. First of all, I would like to welcome everyone here, all the registrants and all the people who are participating here, my interns and our valuable speakers and chief guest and everyone, our guests also who are joining here today to our this very esteemed workshop and very trendy topic on career opportunities and applications of artificial intelligence in healthcare and clinical research industry. So we were planning this session actually for many days, but due to the unavailability of our speakers, sometimes the busy schedules and slots, we couldn't do it. But finally, we are making it up today, and we made it for 2 hours workshop with on-spot assignment. So people will be thinking, what is on-spot assignment? So before I go to further things, let me tell you, this is just a quiz at the end of the session. Okay, so once you are done with the sessions, once you are all grabbed with the information and knowledge from all the speakers, you just have to test that knowledge. And there are 10 questions, multiple choice questions, and you all have to answer those questions at the end of this workshop. Okay, and with that, I mean, definitely, as I informed all of you in the instructions, those marks, pass or fail, will not matter much, because that will not affect your participation certificate. That is just to check your knowledge and to tell you how much you have concentrated in the sessions, right? So, guys, today we have Professor Dr. Pramod Kumar Rajput sir, our beloved mentor, my mentor, and he has been into the industry for almost 42 years, and he has spent a lot of time in different countries and in different domains. He's a teacher, mentor, and educator for last many years after his voluntary retirement, after his voluntary, now into the professorship. So he has the vast knowledge of artificial intelligence and the latest technology and how to use it in the pharmaceutical industry and clinical research industry, because he has been into Cadila Pharmaceuticals for almost 42 years, right? And then we have with us Ms. Sarabjit Sidhuji. She is manager clinical trial transparency in GlaxoSmithKline GSK, and we have Mr. Jenny Raja Singh, who is also our the mentor for AI course, artificial intelligence course. So we all will be taking in different ways. Like Professor Rajput will be taking you through the career opportunities and all the applications of artificial intelligence in pharma industry. Then Sarabjit ji will be taking you through the AI applications in clinical research industry, and Mr. Jenny will be taking you through the AI in data analytics, and I'll be taking you through the guidelines of ICMR, which says like how to use the AI in ethical way. in the clinical research and all the domains when we use it in the healthcare system or healthcare sector. So there are a lot of things, and I would like to thank first of all Professor Rajput sir for accepting my invitation as always and never say no to me. And he's always ready to deliver the sessions and to interact with the young minds and to share the expertise. So I'm always thankful to that, sir. I again thank you and very much overwhelmed to this session, and I'm looking forward to learn from you all again, in the different domain and in the different sector again, a lot of new things, because whenever he take the same session again and again also, you will be seeing a lot of differences. So yesterday evening sir has called me and he was telling, Dr. Ajit, what to keep in the slides and what to remove from the slides. And I was like, whatever you will say is always perfect. We were discussing that, and you are going to get an amazing session and amazing slides, and a lot of good applications you might have not heard of even, right? You're going to get such things from Dr. Rajput because of his expertise and his experience in the industry, which is almost 42 years, right? So sir will be delivering that, and I would like to thank Ms. Sarabjit ji also, who is going to deliver the session, and Mr. Jenny Raja Singh for his session today in this wonderful workshop. So guys, I always say to my students and all the participants only one thing: please ask the questions. If you're not asking the questions, you're not going to get the answer, right? And your one question might solve the 100 problems of others also, because there are people who don't ask the question, and who are hesitating in asking the question. So you might be taking the answer for on behalf of other peoples as well. So ask as much as questions you can ask, and focus, because these are the new things, and for all of us also, these are not new things for only you, but for all of us also. We are learning from wherever we are getting the resources from the other people, from the new resources, from the internet, from the from the books, guidelines is, and we are gathering that information and coming to present in front of you and to share with you guys. So with that, let's not delay much, and let's go to our first session. Let's go to Sanika again. Let's go to Mansi again. What she has now. So over to you, Mansi. And I would like to thank again Professor Rajput and our all the speakers and all the guests who are present in this today's session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So for today's first session, we have Professor Rajput, sir. Before starting sir's session, we'll dive into a small intro into his expertise. Sir has already talked about how good of an esteemed speaker he is. Professor Dr. Rajput is a seasoned corporate professional with a rich experience of over 42 years in pharma and healthcare sales and marketing. He has successfully handled a domestic business and international business vertical head and senior VP in Cadila Pharma Limited. While having a passion for education, now Sir is a professor of practice at couple of universities. He has started his professional journey as medical representative and has risen to his position within the same organization. He has completed his MBA in Marketing, Executive Leadership Development Program from IIM Ahmedabad. Apart from this, he has completed his PhD and having a 13th honorary doctorate in various terms. He did 27 certification courses from all leading international universities across the world and completed his diploma in NLP from the American Board of NLP. He is also a permanent member of the International Association of Soft Skill Trainers and Educators and Corporate Trainers, and also as a nominated by UNESCO laureate as being board member of the Crown University, Argentina, USA, and the UK. He is also an ex-committee member of MSME Chamber of Commerce and Industry of India in the education sector. Sir is a global speaker, keynote speaker, and a motivational speaker in a national and international forums in various institutions, while having a record of mentoring for more than 15,000 young and seasoned minds of various streams in more than 500 virtual meetings in less than 2 years on various subjects, and now being invited in many offline meetings. He is an advisory board member of more than 26 universities and institutions. And more with that, I request Professor Sir to start the session for today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mansi. Very, very good evening to all the wonderful participants and all the students who have joined here. I am really thankful that on Sunday evening you are devoting your time for learning. Thank you, Ajit Singh sir, for inviting me. I feel very happy, privileged, and blessed. I also thank Dr. Sarojit Madam, who will be also guiding us, and I will also be learning from her vast experience. I equally thank Mr. Raja Singh, who is going to talk about the data science, which is such a great thing. And nevertheless, Ajit sir, you are going to talk about the AI in the ethical ways, which is very, very important. I also thank Dr. Shivani, right, as a part of your team of joining here and also always encouraging us so that we should keep on learning more and we should keep on sharing with all the great people here. So with this, I will like to share my summary, but today we are talking about my PPT. Today we are talking about the AI. Actually, AI is become a part and parcel of our life. We all agree with it. Sir, I am audible or not? Mansi, I am audible?
Sir, a little low voice, but you are audible, sir.
Little low voice. Let me just check it up.
No, sir, to me it's perfect.
Is it okay? Fine?
Yeah,
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 okay, fine. Now, okay, fine. Yes.
Okay, Saram ma'am. Thank you, Saram ma'am. Thank you.
yeah. Thank
So,
you, sir.
thank you. So I was talking about the AI because today AI has become a part and parcel of our life. I was just going through because pharmaceutical industry is one of the industry which is going to rule the coming time. When I was listening the talk by Mr. Sundar Pichai or Satyan Nadella sir and so many big people or Sam Alton also, they were saying that in the coming time the world will be ruled by the AI and we have to update and upgrade ourselves. And there are a lot of opportunities are there where we have to learn about it. And this is very, very important to make the things happen. Ridia's iPhone. Ridia's, can you just put out the iPhone? You are putting the iPhone. You are showing it here. Who is this? Okay. Right. So coming back to that, I would request you that let us learn with lot of the enjoyment. Before I should go ahead, I was reading an article. I just want to tell about to you that the already artificial intelligence has done lot many good things in the clinical trials, and the first AI generated drug which has enters in the clinical trials in the humans is by In Silico Medicines. This is a company. This is a company which is based at Hong Kong, and it is a biotech startup company, and they have ensured this thing for the idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. So you can understand, we were imagining about it, but the clinical trials has already been done and it has gone to the human. This is the way the AI is going to take shape, and AI going to provide the accuracy, efficacy, and also with the better time which is required. So with this, I am sharing my PPT. Once again, hold it, please. Are you able to see my PPT?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Once
Please
again,
make
let
it
me.
full screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
we're
meant to
perfect.
do.
We
Yeah,
are perfect, sir.
yeah. Once again, sir. Fine, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Perfectly fine. Please go ahead. Yes,
Okay,
absolutely fine, sir.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So once again, we are going to have on the career opportunities application of artificial intelligence in healthcare and clinical research industry. Let us enjoy the learning. I always feel that if we enjoy the learning, we will really feel very happy about the things. So on my first slide, I always say that yes, AI is the future, and the future is basically it is the work for the future. Are you able to see this picture?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what it is, we have not started and the people started clapping on this.
Yes.
So why? So it is like I asked my audience if they had any questions after my presentation. Of course, the questions will be there. So in a very humorous way, the audience will reply. One person wrote in the chat box, when does the torture end? So I'm not going to give torture to anybody. So enjoy this thing, right? And so to make it more enjoy, there will be 6 designated yawning breaks during my presentation. Please pace your boredom accordingly. So if you're getting bored, enjoy the things and have the yawning part. But keep on enjoying about it. Coming back to the basic point, artificial intelligence. Classification of AI. We are aware about it, that the weak AI, general AI, and super AI, when the entire team is working, and which will be a part and parcel by 2035 onwards, and 2050, everywhere we will be part of super AI. And then based on the functionality, the machines, which are the reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind, and self-awareness. These are the basically functionality is going to be there a part and parcel. But what benefits of the artificial intelligence are? It is the new inventions. I've just now given one of the example of the clinical trial. Smart decision making, enhanced customer experience, medical advances, research and data analysis, solving complex problems, managing repetitive tasks, minimizing errors. These are the basic benefits of the artificial intelligence. And in this nutshell, what you say, it is going to revolve. All these 8 things are there, which is going to revolve anything, everything. Major areas, only for your information, the major areas of artificial intelligence, which start from the machine learning, NLP, expert system, speech, vision, planning, robotics. And then they have the multiple branches. It is just for your understanding. The first part will start about the deep learning. I just want to give you an example, then I'll go to the AI in the pharmaceutical industry. What is the deep learning? Deep learning is a form of machine learning that employs artificial neural networks. That is a part of the deep learning. And RankBrain, one of the variables in the Google search algorithm, is an example of deep neural network. So this is one of the examples which is there. The second is simulation modeling. What is simulation modeling? It is a technique to find solutions for real world problems to a risk-free world. And then at the same time, the reinforcement learning happens because a computer learns the same way as the humans do. So this is the simulation modeling, and this works for the robots just as it does for the human. So simulation models are essentially becomes the environment in which the RL agents will learn. The reinforcement learning will learn. Robotics. Robotics is always about data. You feed the data and robots is going to work accordingly. Robotics is an area which is concerned with the creation of humanoid robots that can assist humans and perform several acts. Today, you know, the games are available, which is basically based on the robots. 3 years of the small child, he understands how the robots work. So we are a part and parcel of the thing. From this 3-year child to a person who is doing the surgery, the robotic surgery, which is very, very common. Then natural language processing. Again, it is a part of 3 things: computer science, human language, and artificial intelligence. And how it happens? Because the machine can communicate with each other. And NLP is recently very important because in the customer service in any case, it is in the medical profession, it is in the telemedicine, it is the multiple arms are there in our healthcare industry. Image analytics. What is the image analytics? You know that there are different, the MRIs are there, CT scannings are there. Now, apart from this, the new thing which is coming up, which is, once again, it is the object detection, right? So 364 slides MRI is there, right? So which can detect the thing, what the actual problem is. And it is also going to take care for the object detection, which is basically the problem in that. Graph analytics. It is going to help the businesses understanding the complex relationship. This is again a part of the AI, and it detects the financial crimes which are happening nowadays. Internet of Things, I'm sure we all have heard about it. It is in order to produce the actionable results based on artificial intelligence algorithm. And IoT is one of the very important part which is being now utilized in the healthcare system. Audio analytics, because again, the domains such as speech recognition, natural language processing, music analysis, and sound classification. So it is all put together, and the patient suffering with Alzheimer, the patient we are suffering with neurological problems, they will be really helpful through the audio analytics. Visualization, which helps the identity errors and inaccuracies in the data quickly. So this is the importance of the data visualization. Again, this is a part of AI because it ensures the interaction, initiative part, personalized way, and easy to share. Virtual assistant, because virtual assistant is now available in abroad in many places. It is a self-employed worker who is specialized in offering administrative services, right, to clients from a remote location, usually a home office. Like, suppose you're not able to take the medicine on time, so the virtual assistant will be there giving a call to you, right, at 10 o'clock, you please take your medicine. This is your breakfast time. This is your evening time. This is your SOS medicine which has to be taken. Or this is the one BD or one HS, one Hora Somni. It has to be taken. So now the question is that why this innovation is the need of the hour? Why we are talking about today's innovation part? Yes, the need of the hour is because provides the market growth, and we all are in the industry where we have to grow future. It also provides the digital and the data-driven marketing, of course, because anything when you are providing it, producing it, it requires a marketing part. Policy reformation. It also provides a lack of experience in data handling and data interpretation. So when we are not able to handle the data, right, it is going to help that how we are going to interpret it with data. Let me tell you, Sidhu ma'am is there, she's going to speak. She was giving once we were there in Bhopal, she was telling that they want a data specialist, right, in GSK, and they are not able to find the right person who is able to analyze the data, which is the real requirement. Today in pharmaceutical industry, we require the algorithms and the data has to be analyzed. This is one of the very, very important science which we have to understand and we have to make our career. B2B and B2C marketing in complex supply chain layers, and of course, differentiation and in the competition. So a lot of the differentiations are there. So we have to ensure that we should be a part of this. There are 10 innovative trends are there. One is artificial intelligence. Second is big data analytics, flexible production, precision medicine, personalized medicine, additive manufacturing, blockchain, extended reality. These are the top 10 innovative trends are there. This I am not saying. This is from the Harvard, and it is in the month of January 2022. So it is a 2 years back data, but you can understand that these data still remains the same because there is always a rocket sky high is there in terms of the growth of all these things, which is very important. So advantages of this AI in the healthcare. The basic advantage is ability to analyze data and improve diagnosis. It's very clear. Carry out the administrative and routine tasks, and health monitoring and digital consultation. 3 simple things are there, which is basically the advantages are going to be provided, apart from the multiple advantages. Then coming to the disadvantages. Well, you know, what is disadvantage to AI in healthcare? When there are advantages, there are always a disadvantage. Training complication. AI technology needs to be extensively trained with the curated data to perform as expected. So the person who will able to understand this 10%, 20% of this, he or she will not be able to ensure the thing. We require a person who handle the things completely. So training complications are very important. Change can be difficult because everyone working alongside AI technology will need to have an understanding of this technology. So these are the disadvantages are there. But I always say it's a blessing in the disguise. If you are able to understand it well, you will be able to do it super well. So now coming back to the things. In a nutshell, what we say that how AI is going to take care, drug maker. So it is basically how the drug makers are going to work, patient satisfaction, CRO laboratories, where Dr. Ajit is going to talk about the clinical trials, so many other things, SOP validations, researchers, we have the researchers, predictive analysis, that with that we can analyze the things, clinical decision support, right, and radiologist diagnosis part, because again, we have just now shown, and about the patient, the advice for the right lifestyle of the patient, because we have the algorithms ready with that. So you can understand, we can see that AI is like a multi-channel approach. You go in any part of the things, we'll be able to make the difference with the users of the AI, and that difference is more of the accuracy based, efficacy based, and on the very, very less time. So I'm sure you must be enjoying about it, right? And if you're not enjoying, then I can say I don't have a fear of public speaking, but I have a fear of public not listening. So I'm sure you must be listening very well. Ajit sir, are you listening? Dr. Ajit?
Yes, sir, I'm here. I'm listening,
Okay.
sir.
So I don't have a fear of public not listening. I can say now. Okay, so now coming for the healthcare providers. These are the digital tools, friends. And these digital tools are not a rocket science. We have media, where we have the e-detailing, online events, video. We have the messaging, email and SMS. We have the web-based information sites, customer service, e-sampling. We have mobiles and we have the social media. These are the digital tools are available in the pharmaceutical industry when we talk about the sales and marketing, when we talk about the product promotion, when we talk about the thing which is being introduced for the first time in the market. Or if you can say in a humorous way that when your patient denies any medical history, then the doctors tell that how to show the entire medication. These are the medications that the other patient has to take if you are not able to take in that way. Coming back again. So precision medicines. Today we talk about the personalized medicine. It is an innovative medical treatment. And AI is going to provide the more targeted and effective medical intervention. Because with the algorithms, we understand what type of patient is there, what type of the requirement is there, and what medicine has to be treated. Now, I'm going to give you one example about it. A person suffering with cardiac ailment, but at the same time, person suffering with the diabetic neuropathy. So, and a person which is having a gastroenteritis, a doctor will not be able to provide the same medicine to all the three patients, because there has to be a different medicine which has to be taken, which is based on the requirement of the patient, and that's why the precision medicine is there, which is known as a personalized medicine. And today it is very, very important, because you will agree with me, there are 124 specialists are available in the market. You're really surprised. Why I'm saying, sir, when I go to a doctor, earlier in our time, there was only one orthopedic surgeon, but there are now KTR, now there are the knee replacement surgeons, now now the different type of the surgeons are available there, right? Knee surgery, sports surgeons, you find so many things in that. So that is the difference. That's the reason the precision medicine is very, very important. So key components of the personalized medicine is which start from the genomics and genetic testing, which is happening now, which is really happening across. Tailored treatment plans are there, predictive diagnosis are there, because you can diagnose that what is the condition is there and how the patient is going to behave for coming 10 years, 15 years of that time. So with that, you can provide the right medicine. Targeted therapy, that is known as the targeted therapy. And especially it is happening in the cancer patient. And the cancer patient is suffering, all right, what is the targeted therapy has to be given, which is going to take care for that cell and which is very, very important. Pharmacogenomics, disease prevention and the management, data integration and analysis. These are the things are there, which is very important in the personalized medicine. Coming to my next point, which I always say, digital health. Digital health is the need of the hour, because it always aims to provide the healthcare delivery efficiency and the patient outcomes. Today, when you go in any hospital, they take your entire history, the data and all. How I'm talking about it, when you go for even for the lab test, right? When you go for the labs, and there is some, if your hemoglobin level is less than 14 for the male, less than 12 for the female, or you are suffering with some thyroid problem, exactly there will be a reminder, or you're suffering with some lipid problem. After 3 months, 6 months, there will be automatic reminder to that, and to mention that yes, are you taking medicines regularly or not? Your time has come for the re-checkup. So digital health has been taken care by such of the lab people also with their tracking, and at the same time doctors also have. So mobile health, wearable technologies are helpful. Healthcare apps are there. Electronic EHRs are very important. Today everywhere EHRs are being used. Remote patient monitoring, data analytics and AI. Remote patient monitoring is from the hospital also and from the diagnosis people also. So they do the monitoring part and they keep on reminding you, which is very, very important. So you can see that there are multiple channels are there where we can make our career as one of the very flourishing career in this different technology. Now coming to the next part, which is we are talking about pharmacoepidemiology and real world data. It seems to be very, very strong part, but yes, it is very, very easy to understand, because it is the uses of the regulatory authorities and real world data. It always plays a crucial role in pharmacoepidemiology by providing insight into how drugs perform in real world setting. Again, now I've given you an example of this in silico medicine, which they did the trial by the AI-based trial, clinical trials. Now after that, they got the approval that this trial has to be on the human. So you can understand that the pharmacoepidemiology, the insight has been cleared and now it is going to the human side. Earlier it was not happening. Today you can finish the trials in 6 months of the time or in 1 year of time. Earlier it used to take 7 years of the time. An amount of the money and the time which was going, and you are not clear that whether the trial will be 100% true or not. So this is the difference with the using of the AI part. And it is a post-marketing surveillance, which I just now told you on the patient, comparative effectiveness research, drug utilization studies, patient safety and risk assessment, healthcare outcome research, signal detection and pharmacovigilance, health economics, and market access and patient-centered research. So with the real world data, you can see that what are the opportunities are there for you, because you all from the B Pharma, M Pharma, going to do the PhD, right? So there are a lot of scopes are there which can make a difference about it. Now coming to the next point, which is again important point, which we call pharmacogenomics. Pharmacogenomics is again a very, very important science, which I am sure you are aware about it. And this is the study of how an individual genetic makeup influences their response to medication. Today, we are talking about the genetic science and the study of the drugs and the study of the genes and their function. Today, people are working on that and lot of work is happening. Believe you me, by the time you will be graduating or by the time you will be doing post-graduation, by the time you will be doing the PhD, you will be able to have lot of knowledge related to that part is already coming up. And it is basically the application of the pharmacogenomics. It includes genetic variation and drug response. Now people, they want to change the genetic requirement. Suppose in my heredity, my father was suffering, or my grandfather was suffering with diabetes. So it is not my entire way of style that I'm going to change, but how I will change my genetic part, which is ensuring that I should not be suffering with the diabetes. I should not be suffering with the cardiac ailment. So these are the things that, or I should not be suffering with the rheumatoid arthritis. So drug metabolism enzymes, adverse drug reaction, drug dosing optimization, clinical decision report, adoptions of the challenges. These are the challenges are there, which is going to help for all of us. Now, nanomedicines we all have heard. Now, the nanotechnology is already there in the market, especially in the oncology. We are using the nanotechnology. It's a revolutionizing healthcare while offering the targeted therapies. And you know that there are a lot of the drugs had come, which is treating the cancer. And it is basically the nanoparticles for the drug delivery, targeted therapies, diagnostic imaging, regenerative medicines, cancer treatment. I've already taken the name, personalized medicine, vaccine delivery. So all these things are there, which is a part of the nanomedicine. What nanomedicine is? It is a viral particles, lipid-based nanocarriers, drug conjugates, polymeric nanocarriers, and inorganic nanoparticles. These are the part of the nanomedicine. And today, the world is working on the nanomedicine, the nanotechnology. Biotechnology. Some of the students must be on the biotechnology, or they will be taking, or they will be going for M Pharma in biotechnology. Of course, this is the new science which is going to make a difference, and it is the genome editing, which I just now told you. Synthetic biology, stem cells therapy, immunotherapy and biology, precision agriculture. Precision medicine was there, but in precision agriculture is important. Today in the farming also, this biotechnology is making a lot of their differences. Bioremediation, cell-based meat. I'm sure you guys are from the pharma background. And I was reading the article, because now in US, now in multiple places, they don't want to butcher, they don't want to onslaught the beef or the goat or the hen or rooster. They are making and they're ensuring a technology where the cell-based meat is available there with one single cell. They are including it, and the person, they can enjoy the real taste of the meat that they are having. Second thing is, it is happening with the honey also. Third thing is, especially in the Arabian countries, now they are developing that part so that the milk, with the single one drop of the milk, you can have that cell-based milk which is available. So if you go to the videos, you'll be able to find that the technology is making a lot of difference. And today, this is started, and the coming time, it is going to be working in a very, very bigger way and a better way. Biopharmaceutics and nanobiotechnology, these are the part and parcel of it. Additive manufacturing and pharmaceuticals. This is not the new thing today, right? Why I say it is not a new thing? It is a part of 3D printing, right? And let me tell you, when I go to some of the schools, there are already 3D printing machines are there. When you go to the ISRO, they teach us the 3D printing to the student. And with this 3D printing, the drug formulation and delivery can be taken care. Printable pharmaceuticals are there. Personalized medicine again is a part of it. Medical devices and implants. Pharmaceutical research and development can happen, and clinical trials and drug customization. So additive manufacturing is a part of that, which is known as the 3D printing in a very common language, because it is going to revolutionize the various aspects of the drug development, manufacturing, and the personalized medicine, both. In the nutshell now, I like to say, what is AI in healthcare? You must be thinking, oh my God, you have heard so many things in that, right? But what is AI in the healthcare? Yes, this is in a nutshell. AI in the center, it will start from the real disease diagnostic and treatment, drug development, I just not told you, medical diagnosis, doses, error reduction, because you know that there will be no error, cancer research, which is happening there, and lot many new things are happening in the world, so that the cancer can be treated at the stage 4. Today, there are the medicine where they can treat the cancer of the stage 3. Earlier, it was not possible. But now the stage 4 cancer drugs are also getting developed. And even in our Tata at Bombay, they are working a lot about it. Personalized healthcare plans, health monitoring and wearables. You know, we all wear the watches. Most of you must be wearing the watches during the time of COVID. You know how many steps you have just walked. What is your calorie burn? So these are the things are there which is going to help. And it is coming in a bigger way. Virtual nursing assistance, telemedicines, fraud detection, cyber security, gene editing, AI robot assisted surgery. And AI robot assisted surgery is a very, very common thing. Every city now it is happening. Doctors, they are learning, understanding, because there is a lot of accuracy is there. There's the incision is there, and accuracy, and the time is very less time. You can go to the right way, and you will be able to come with the right outcome. Some of the students must be thinking that AI in the daily life. What is the AI in the daily life? Yes. Examples of AI in the daily life is banking and finance. Overall, I'm saying. Second is social media. You all are on the social media. Video games, right? E-commerce, security and surveillance, vehicle recognition, identification. When you are today, the traffic police is not stopping you when you are passing that line, in spite of the signal is not there, but the challan comes to you at your home, right? Immediately in 5 minutes of time. So that is the way it is helping. Healthcare, I just spoke to you. Navigation and travel, Google put it. Suppose I have to go to Manipal, I'll put in the Google, and the Google 99% will take me in the right way, where less traffic is there, I'll be able to reach. Navigation and travel, right? In the aeroplane, because now the pilot doesn't drive, it's automatic driven planes are there. Only for the takeoff and only coming down, it is required. Agriculture, coming in a very big way. Media streaming and services. You see in all the OTT platform, now people, they don't want to go to the 70 mm. They are happy in their 50 mm, 50 inches TV. That OTT media is there, and you can see lot many things which are happening there, because through the AI based thing which are happening and making a difference. This is AI in the daily life. Now you will say that, oh my God, what is next? Application of artificial intelligence. Now, involvement in travel applications, equipped personal assistant, multiple ways, not only in healthcare, but multiple ways. Mobile banking, improve the online shopping. When I say mobile banking, again, I like to highlight it. It's a daily life. When you open the HDFC Bank, I think immediately you will get, it is one of the finest AI-based bank. Believe you me, it is rated out of so many banks in India. It is the best AI-based bank is there. Improve online shopping. We all do the online shopping. We purchase the thing, we return the thing, and we are sure that there is no duplication happening. Social networking, Mobile application helping us with the email, the right email. Junk will go toward the junk side, spam will go toward the spam side, but at the same time, right thing will go. Let me tell you again, if you're not opening any email from last 6 months, immediately Google will send you a reminder that you are not opening this, so shall we delete this particular email ID? That is the way that AI is working. Applications of AI. In possible application of artificial intelligence, robotics and soft robotics, both. Robotics is hard robotics which you are able to see. What is the soft robotics? Soft robotics is in the army, military. If I want to target from here, because I am from Ahmedabad, if I, as a military person, if I want to target somebody there in Bangalore, I will put the things and it will be a soft target, it will be there and it is going to blast. That is soft robotics. Internet of the things, image analytics, graph analytics, difference between the image and the graph. With the graph, you will be able to see what are the algorithms are there and how it is going to give the change. Audio analytics. Today the frauds are happening. With the audio analytics, you can find that the real person's voice or it's not a person's voice. Visualization, visual personal assistant, NLP, natural language processing, deep learning, simulation modeling, machine translation, social network analysis, and again, machine learning and machine translation, these are different things are there. Learning is one and translation is one. Let me tell you, friends, in India, suppose Dr. Ji sir is from Manipal and I am from Ahmedabad. I don't know Kannada or Tulu. And some patient comes to here and start speaking on the Tulu. There are the softwares are there where I can put it. The name of the software is Bhashini. And you can just put it in that and you can get any of the language which is available. And this is Indian made. It is not a foreign made. So all the language are available there. So with that Bhashini, right, which was there in G20, it was promoted by even our respected Prime Minister. You can translate the entire thing in the multiple language. This is the way the things are happening. So the patient from Kerala can go to the Guwahati and he or she will be able to translate the thing which is actually required. So that is a part of the natural language processing or the machine translation. Sample text, which is again very, very important. Top AI uses now. So customer experience, supply chain in medicines, right? Because in medicine, what we want, the product should go to the last man of the society, Maybe the person in the Cherrapunji, maybe the person in the last city, maybe on the Kargil, it should go. So with the supply chain, we are able to monitor this. Human resources, fraud detection, knowledge creation, research and development, predictive analysis, real-time operation management, customer services, risk management analytics, customer insight, pricing and promotion. These are the things are there, and this is basically from Winwire at the Brain Johnson 01. This is the latest one which I have taken from this slide. Where do people see AI in their lives? This is again 19 to 44 years. We all are Gen X or millennials. Internet we use 75%. For the job, people they use 35%. In home, 33%. Car, 25%. Hobbies, 25%. And for 44 to 75 years old, you can see they are also using internet, 64 versus 75. Doctors, today they are using 37%. Finances, car, job. This is the way it has been used. So why I am showing so? Because AI is there in their life. Either you start from the age of 19 or you are going to the age of 75. Entire things, there is no difference. It is hardly 10 to 15% difference is there. So it shows that AI is become a part and parcel of our lives. How will AI change our lives? The question is, because I started this thing and I'm going to end it. This is the 35% of the education system is going to be dependent on AI. 33% of the safety is getting change in that. Employment 32%, shopping 31%, transportation 30%, entertainment 27%, cost of living 26%. That lot of changes are going to happen. Home 23%, income 23%, environment is getting changed because we are talking today about the environment, saving the environment, food nutrition 15%, and personal relationship. So these are the online results of the 28 countries, not only from the India. And there's a 3 years back results are there. Now these results, there is a 10 to 15% increase is there in last 3 years because it was the time of the COVID. Today, the latest one is there the education has gone to 55%, safety has gone to 60%, employment has gone to 49%, shopping has gone to 65%. When you go to the data, you will find this is the way the things are being changed. The future of AI. Now, you must be thinking, what is the future of? Imagine a world, knowledge is not limited to the humans. And at the same time, a world where computers will collaborate with humans and think to create a very exciting future. This is going to be future. There's a hybrid. We have learned about hybrid car. But tomorrow we will be in the hybrid way of working. Tomorrow we will be working with the robot, and it is going to happen. By 2050, in our offices, the robot will be there, we will be there, maybe early also. So we have to ensure that we should be knowing about it, handling about it, and how to make the things happen. That is the future of the AI. What are the challenges for AI in the healthcare? Of course, there are challenges are there. And the challenges are very, very simple. Two major: insufficient high quality data today, but we are fortunate that we have 5G, and inadequate technological infrastructure, especially in low and middle income countries. So we are now not the low and middle income countries. We are maybe middle income countries, but we are a developing countries. So that problem is not going to be there. The third one, which I have not written it, but I like to highlight, the people who will not embrace the technology, that will be a major challenge. People will ask the question, sir, AI is going to take the jobs. No, my answer to them is AI will never take the job. A person will take the job of the other person if the person is not embracing the AI. So the person who is technologically strong, he will take the job of the other person who is obsolete in the technology. So let us learn technology, because it is whatever we know, it is only a glass of water in the ocean. Where big things are there, we have to learn and we have to inculcate, we have to immerse, we have to embrace the thing which is the need of the hour. And healthcare industry is one of the industry where there are multiple channels are there. You take any topic, you can make your career, and AI is ruling and is going to rule the roost. What should be done in the overcome these challenges? So now, of course, when the challenge stakeholders, all stakeholders should come together to ensure AI in healthcare is ethical, responsible, and equitable, resulting in improved outcomes for all. Today, Climate is one of the stakeholders. Why Dr. Ajit Singh is doing this seminar? Because he is coming together to ensure that AI in healthcare is ethical. He is a responsible person who is ensuring that we all should be learning with the different people who are making a way for the done. Data privacy. Governments must strengthen data privacy. That is not your cup of tea. That's the government part. Data ownership, again, is the government part. And the partnership between the countries. When you talk about the countries, here I say the partnership between a climate and the institution, which makes a difference. So if the institution and the climate will have the partnership, and they will be able to ensure that whatever they are teaching to the student or the student they are learning, it will be further added through the climate under the great leadership of climate or Dr. Ajit Singh and his team. That is going to help, because then the challenges will not be a challenges. It will be an opportunity to overcome, and the road is very clear where you can drive an extra mile. So thank you. And yes, finally, it is over from my side. And thank you so much. And you can connect me on my email, and you can also connect me through my LinkedIn. So that is all, Ajit sir. Short and crisp. That is all about it from my side, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It was amazing to learn. And let me just summarize in last, it was supposed to be a very, very, long presentation to sir, but how he has summarized in just 30 minutes, because I asked him to summarize in 20-30 minutes because we are 4 speakers and we don't want to take more than 2 hours. Literally, he has summarized everything, and he has covered the use of AI in daily life to use of AI in genetics and, the clinical trials, and how he has described all the applications of AI in pharma industry, in healthcare industry, and where else we can use the AI. So I hope you guys have learned, and if you have any questions, you can interact with sir. We have 2-3 minutes for the question answer session right now with sir. So guys, if you have any questions, please interact with sir. And thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us and with a lot of examples.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you, whosoever is sending a nice messages. You are again motivating me to learn more so that I can share more. I always say the more you share, the more you have the opportunity to learn. And I'm still learning. So I always say I'm a learner. I keep on learning from anybody and everybody. And that's why I always believe on reverse mentoring. Why? What is the meaning of reverse mentoring? Is that if Mansi knows something better, so I will not say that I am a senior to her or I am elder to her. I will be a good student for Mansi so that I should learn that part. That is the part of reverse mentoring. And as a student and anybody, I always.
Yes, participants can even open the mic and ask any questions or interact with
I
sir.
was saying, sir, sir, that even I am ready to learn from anybody. Right? I suppose Mansi is here. Maybe she must be younger to me, but if she knows anything, I will be very happy to learn from, because learning doesn't have any boundaries. Right? And I always
Absolutely.
feel I am a learner. Right? And we all have to have that learning attitude and aptitude to learn from each other. Because the
Yes.
more we will learn, the more we'll be able to expand our knowledge, which is basically required. And expanding the knowledge is the real requirement. So thank you to all of you sending your thank you messages. You have really made me happy,
Guys,
and you have again given.
anyone wants to talk to
Yeah.
sir or wants to ask any questions, please ask.
Hello, good afternoon, Professor Dr. Rajput. This is Dr. Randhir here.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir. And once again, thanks very much for a succinct presentation. I think, one very important remark you have made here with regard to the current misconception about the use of AI regarding the loss of employment. And I think this being an apprehension world over, including people like Elon Musk, are also expressing this particular fear that AI's overusage might hamper the employment prospects. But I think what you are currently suggesting to us is very clear that machine learning should ideally be used as an assistant, an effective assistant to enhance your skills. The basic skill set is a must. And with the use of AI, I think you will be, or any person for that matter, in any field, as you have summarized, will be better able to interact and interrogate to ultimately enhance the knowledge, so that the ultimate goal of advancing learning for everyone will be fulfilled. That's what my understanding is. If anyone is having a different opinion on this, could definitely suggest. Otherwise, this is a very important point you have discussed, sir, and clarified in this session. Thank you.
Randhir, sir, you have nailed it very well, because I am a part of one of the group which they talk on the AI, and once in a month at 2 a.m. in the night, they have 1.5 hour discussion, because they are from US, right? So I'm part of the group. I keep on learning from them. And let me tell you, one of the very great journalists, her name is Emily Chang, right? She has taken the interview of Mr. Pichai, Satya Nadella, sir, Sam Walton, and she keeps on taking the interview. They all said that we should not be seeing that AI as our counterpart. We should think that AI should be like our friend. And the more we'll be able to learn and understand to handle that AI, we'll be able to provide the job to many people, sir. So that is the beauty of what you said, sir. Machine learning, AI part. Once the computer had come, sir, people were afraid. And especially today, sir, even in the post office, let me give an example, right? Even in the post office, when you put the speed post, you know that where your things are going. You can track the entire thing. That's a part of the AI. Earlier, they were shit scared about using this thing, not using the computer. So my request to everybody is, the more we will learn, the more we'll be able to equip ourselves, which is a part and parcel of the life. And I have just seen one of the questions from ma'am. Ajit sir, can you just read that question? Just now I've seen from Dr. Supriya, ma'am. Dr. Supriya, ma'am, has written some question. Can you just read it, sir?
Sir, I'll read it for you.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a query. If AI is a legal entity, if it makes a mistake, which being caused in healthcare can be held liable. Okay,
See,
while being used in the healthcare can be held liable. Okay.
see, Dr. Supriya, this is a very, very important point because see, AI mistakes will be very, very minimal because there are a lot of the data analytics are there, algorithms are there, which has to be checked, right? And the chances of the mistakes are very, very less. And of course, if suppose there is a mistake, the concerned department or the concerned people who have created, they will be liable for that, nobody else. It is very, very clear.
Sir,
Because
I can add, Dr.
Yeah.
Rajput, sorry to interrupt you.
Please, Sarab ma'am.
So,
Hi, Sarabji, welcome.
because I am in healthcare, so it's closer to my heart.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, see, AI itself can't do anything. There will be someone who is using. Either Dr. Rajput will be using, or Sarabjit will be using, or some
Correct.
company will be using. So I take you back to ICH-GCP, right? What ICH-GCP reinstate is that sponsor is liable. The person who is implementing, he will be responsible person. He has to ensure the accuracy of that. So, you know, you don't no matter we are in AI and what world we are, don't forget your fundamentals ICH-GCP, you know. So someone will be responsible who is starting it, who is using it, they will be the responsible one. And they will be challenged
Absolutely.
in the court.
Absolutely right, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because if I am sending the data, right? If I fed the data, I am a part of it. I am responsible for that. Nobody else is going to be responsible. And somebody, Mr. Ali, has asked the question that whether it is going to increase the cost. No, it is going to decrease the cost because the
Yes.
algorithms are there ready. Everything is ready. You have to just feed the data and you'll get the outcome of it. Otherwise, it is not going to increase the cost.
And sir, I would like to add to this, the guidelines even in India now says the first principle of AI is autonomy. You know, that is called autonomy, and they say that the transfer of responsibility should be responsible very well. Why? It is like you should not depend completely on the machine. Machine can take over human decisions anytime. So you should not give any kind of such decision handling to the machine which can interfere human decisions at any time in healthcare. You know, so the autonomy is the first principle and trustworthiness is the second principle in the guidelines, even in given by the ICMR and the regulations in India, regulatory bodies in India. So that is very important when we are talking about the AI and use of AI in healthcare. We should be very careful, and definitely, as Sarabjit ji said, that AI is being done or being developed or being what we say, the evaluated every day by the human beings only. Okay, it is not being done or it is not being evolved by itself. So we have to be very careful when we are using, and only the human beings are responsible, whoever is making it, whoever is evolving the algorithms, and so they are only going to sue in the court, not the AI. So yes, they are only responsible people.
And a question from Neetu Kanwar ji, it is related to preparing regulatory documents. So for that, Saram ma'am, you are supposed, because you are taking.
Yeah,
We are
I
going to
can-
take it. We are going to take
Yeah.
it. We are
I
going
can
to
answer a little bit of here, then
Ah,
when I will be
correct.
presenting, I can answer there.
Okay.
The first of all, whatever you are handling the regulatory document, patient-specific documents, you are not allowed to put it in open, AI tool.
Yes. Yes.
See all the chatbots, you are not allowed. If you are doing so, there will be an action against you. In the companies, they are having their in-house own protected tools. So when you will be working on the clinical study report or a protocol, even if you are taking a support from AI or other tool, they are having their in-house tools. Those are having a features of to protect the privacy and the confidentiality.
Okay, someone is asking, sir, somewhere in the very high impact journal, I read the AI tools currently do not fulfill the authorship criteria, and they should not be, because AI is not the author.
Correct.
The person who is running the AI is the author. Okay,
Absolutely.
AI is just a helping tool in AI is just a helping tool in searching the data, in getting the data, in reframing the sentences, in doing the grammar correct. So AI cannot be the author according to the guidelines or whatever, think of your conscious.
And
Okay.
at the same time, Dr. Ji, sir, AI, what is, you feed the data,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it churn out the thing which is required. That is all about it. So what you
Absolutely.
will feed,
Absolutely.
it is like in the Xerox machine. Whatever you want to have the things, it will come out from that way. That is the right way. So it is
Yes.
nothing that what Dr. Ji Singh sir has given the right reply about it. There is always a disclaimer for any information provided for the thing. Question asked. Randir ji has asked. There is always
We
a
have all the documents, we have all the
No,
things.
no.
So
What I'm trying to state here, sir. Sorry, Jeet. In fact,
sir.
I was just adding to that particular, question raised
Ah.
from some gentleman, that there is always a disclaimer. If we have seen, whether it is ChatGPT or any other AI-based software, and you cannot blame the AI, for using that particular information for your decision making. It's just an assistant. It's helping you.
Yeah,
Ultimately, you have to use your own analytical skills for the appropriate decision making.
absolutely right, sir. Absolutely right.
absolutely. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so I think we'll take further questions after the next sessions, guys. We also have 1 more hour, so you cannot ask me for the attendance form right away. Okay, you have to wait for 1 more hour, guys. So over to Mansi. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm here only learning from.
Thank
Over
you
to you,
very
Mansi. Please
much.
go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for an insightful session. Moving forward, we have our next session with Mr. Jenny Raja Singh. A little intro for our speaker. He's an accomplished HSR statistician at GSK with BTech in Biotechnology and Masters in Biostatistics from the prestigious National Institute of Epidemiology. He's here to bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to us. His expertise in AI, data science, and deep learning has positioned him at the forefront of innovation in the healthcare and clinical research industry. Please join me in welcoming Jenny Raja Singh, sir. Over to you, sir. Sir, I guess you are available here. You can turn on your mic and video.
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
Jenny, you are. Yes.
Let me know if the audio goes down. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you, Rajput sir, for the amazing presentation. So we covered almost all the topics in AI application, but I will focus mainly on the clinical trial. I will share my screen.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, maybe before going to the presentation, maybe I will explain about my experience and then I will start taking the presentation. Actually, I am from the biotechnology background. And then I moved into the AI area, artificial intelligence area. When I started learning, it is like a Greek and Latin. It is very difficult for me, but you have to believe me, it is just an English language or some mathematical condition. So you need not, if you are focusing on AI area, if you want to move your career into artificial intelligence, you need not to worry. It is very simple one. It's just like an English language or mathematical logical conditions. Okay. Now I will go to my presentation.
Can you make it full screen?
Sure. Okay.
Yes, perfectly fine, Jenny. Thank you.
Okay, now let's see what is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, I would say it is the combination of computer science and the mathematics. So previously, before 50 or 100 years, they have only mathematics. Using mathematics, they solve the task or they predict some future data. But there is some, in past, they have some limitation. What if they have 1 lakh of data or more than 1 lakh of data? That time we don't have more computer power. But after we have more computer power and more advanced mathematical algorithm, this combined together and it performs a lot of human tasks and it automates a lot of manual tasks and it also predicts the future data. So artificial intelligence for me, it is a combination of computer and mathematics. So okay, so now before going to the application area, let's see what are all the major market players in artificial intelligence. AstraZeneca, they work in the drug discovery area for the chronic kidney disease. Consent AI, they work on real world evidence. What is real world evidence? So nowadays, a lot of pharma D students or pharmacy students moving to this area, real world evidence. It is nothing but once the drug comes to market, the pharma team works whether the drug is working or not by collecting the electronic health record, or they collect the various data outside and then they will check whether the drug is working or not, or whether the drug is safe or not. Consult AI is the one startup. They are working on the real world evidence for the various pharma companies. And Path AI, they develop a AI model to identify the biomarkers from imaging. Okay. So this companies and all, they are the major market players in the AI company, artificial intelligence area. Now let's see application of AI in clinical trial. But AI, it is in everywhere. Starts from preclinical research and then study design, experimental stage. So the statistician design the clinical trial and then conduct stage, the place where the trial happens. And then once the data is collected, AI is also used in the analysis part, large data set, and also it also as the application in writing, medical writing. We will see one by one area. First, we will see the preclinical research application. Okay, so preclinical research, the application of AI, if you see, the first thing in the clinical trial is the pre-discovery of the investigational drug. Okay. After that, they will identify the drug target. So the one of the very difficult step in the clinical trial is the drug target identification. Okay, in beginning of the beginning of the trial, there may be 5,000 or 1,000 of drug molecules, but after that, once the clinical trial is over, they will have only 1 to 5 molecules. Okay, so drug target identification is one of the important step in preclinical research. Let's see how artificial intelligence helps in identifying in drug target. So the slide I'm showing here, you can see lot of diabetes drug here, like metformin. You can see lot of and SGLT inhibitors. You can see lot of hyperglycemia drugs here. And for each drug, the target organ is different. If you see metformin, drug target organ is liver. If you take isolate alpha cell, the drug target is pancreas. So for each different hyperglycemia drug, the drug target is different. So what pharma company do is, before the clinical trials start, they have to identify the best drug target, right? So we will see how artificial intelligence save the time for pharma company in the drug target identification. Okay, so if you see in olden days, they use a method called phenotype-based approach to identify the drug target. In phenotype-based, they use a lot of disease models and they use a lot of lab experiments to identify the drug target. But after the AI or after the boom in computer science, now they are using you give the sequencing data, then with the power of computer you can identify the drug in a very shorter time. Okay, so there is an approach called target based or reverse chemical genetics. I will not go deeper in the biology domain. I will stick into the application area. So using the artificial intelligence, it saves a lot of time without lab experiments, it saves a lot of time in labs experiment. If you have the sequencing data of the drug target, and also if you have the sequencing data of the investigational drug, you can find the interaction of uh, drug and protein interaction. Let's see how AI helps there. Okay. So before going there, let's see what is the advantage of in olden days. They use the phenotypic. It is very highest cost and more time consuming. And in beginning, molecular target may not be identified, and it has the slow lead optimization process, and it has the lowest possibility of clinical transferability. In newer world, in the world of AI, with the lower cost, the pharma company can identify the drug target, possible drug target, and always in the target based, it always begins with the molecular target. And compared to older world, it has the fast lead optimization, and it has the highest probability of clinical transferability. Okay, now let's see how the machine learning models helps to predict the target identification. Okay, so in machine learning, there is a algorithm called support vector machine. This is the one of the basic machine learning algorithm. Okay, so what it helps to do is it helps to classify whether the protein is a potential target or not. Okay, so in right side there is one output. You can see the box. So it has the output of different protein, and then it has the probability of interaction. So using this output, you based on the probability of interaction, the pharma company can decide what is the potential drug target uh, for the particular drug. Okay, so they will have the output like different protein and what is the probability of the interaction. Based on the probability of interaction, they will choose the best drug target. Okay, so this is one of the basic machine learning algorithm helps to identify the potential drug target. And then there is one more Python package called Autodoc Vina. This is the Python package developed by Dr. Olak Trout. So what you are seeing in right side, there is one table output. Here you will see the list of drug name, different drug, investigational drug, and different drug target for the SARS-CoV. Okay, so you know, in 2021, the AstraZeneca, Pfizer was developing a COVID vaccine, right? Or some company develop a drug also. So imagine in left side, you have a different investigational drug, and in right side, you have a different drug target. What this Autodoc Vina do is you give the sequencing data of drug and target. What it will do is it will calculate the binding score. Okay. So using this Python library, Autodoc Vina, you can find the binding score. With the binding score, you can select the potential drug target. Okay, so if you see here, the pharma company decide the potential drug target based on the binding score. Okay, so the scoring function, how the scoring function is calculated is it is based on the shape, electrostatic interaction, hydrogen bonding, hydrophobic interaction, and solvation effect. But my main intention is to show you the output. This can be done within the 5 or 6 lines of the Python code. You just have to give the sequencing data and it will provide you the binding score. Okay, what it will do is in backend, it use the artificial intelligence model in the Python library, and then it will provide you the output. It may use the model like machine learning model or some advanced model like neural network, and then it will provide you an output like this binding score. Okay, based on this, pharma company decide the potential drug target. Okay, and there is another Python library called AlphaFold 2. This is developed by the Google researchers. Similar to the previous library, this library, what it will do is, it will identify the protein structure. Okay, when drug and target interaction, interact, it always important to see the 3D structure of the protein, right? So what this AlphaFold will do is it will provide you the 3D structure of the protein. Okay, when drug and target interacts, it will show you the 3D structure of the protein. So once you have the 3D structure of the protein, it helps to identify how the protein structure interacts with the different molecules. Okay, so previous library helps to provide the binding score. AlphaFold, it will predict the 3D structure of the protein. Okay, so this is also Python library. In backend, it uses the artificial intelligence. Okay, now I have a few questions. If you know the answer, just type your answers in the chat box. Okay. From the previous slide, I have created some MCQ question. Okay, here, what does AI do in the identification stage of the drug discovery? I have given 4 options. Okay, read the 4 options and identify which is the correct one. Okay, perfect. Everyone selected B. It is obviously correct. It identifies the compound that shows promise in interacting with the target. Perfect. Very good. Well done. Okay, let's go to next question. Okay. Okay. Now, this is another question. Which 2 Python library used for the drug target identification? We have discussed in previous slide. You read the 3 options and let me know what are all. Yeah. Yes. Everyone type 3. Obviously, yes. Very good. Well done. It is Autodoc Vina and AlphaFold 2. Okay. Very well then. Okay, now this is all about the preclinical trial application. Now let's go to the enrollment stage. Okay, so assume that pharma company identify the potential drug target and they develop a drug. Okay, now they have to either test it in animal or they once the animal study is done, then they will test it in human, right? So once phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, they will test the drug in human, right? So assume that pharma company plan to test a drug in phase 1 of the clinical trial. In phase 1, what they will do is they will recruit the participants. If it is a vaccine study, they will recruit the healthy volunteers. If it is a biological drug, then they will volunteer the participants with few inclusion-exclusion criteria. Even for vaccine studies, they will have the inclusion-exclusion criteria. Okay. So in clinical trial in pharma company, just like that, they will not recruit the participants. Okay. They will have a lot of inclusion exclusion criteria. For example, if it is SARS-CoV, one of the leading pharma company is conducting a clinical trial in India. They are going to conduct a study. If they are starting a study, they will have a lot of inclusion criteria. They will say previously they should not have taken vaccine in 1 year. They will say your antibody level should be greater than something, and then they will say your age should be between 18 to 60 years. They will have a lot of requirements. Okay, so clinical trial recruitment is not a very simple process. They will have a lot of inclusion exclusion criteria. Okay. Okay, so let's see what is without AI, there is some disadvantage. Okay, the manual processes by checking the inclusion criteria, exclusion criteria, you have to check a lot of health records to identify the participants. It is very time consuming process, right? To identify the, for example, if this asthma trial, they have to identify the participants with the similar disease condition. For example, if the clinical trial is related to rare disease, then identifying the participant is very difficult, right? The time consuming, it will be more time consuming, high cost, and recruitment can account up to 30% of total clinical trial cost, low efficiency, and bias and errors. Okay, what this challenges leads to. Okay, suppose the clinical trial, what they will do is, in 2021, once the COVID comes, there are so many companies were fighting, right? Not fighting. First, Pfizer started developing a vaccine, then AstraZeneca joined, and then Sanofi joined. So many companies, right? What is their motto? They have to find the best vaccine, but in the same time, they have to complete the trial in a very faster manner, right? What if the recruitment process becomes slow? Then the vaccine coming to the market also becomes slow, right? So without AI, there is a chance of delayed trials also and increased costs and participant diversity. Okay, they can't reach all the participants. Okay, so there are so many disadvantages of recruitment without AI. Okay, now let's see how AI helps. Okay, how AI helps us. So let's see AIs on computer or system. What it will do is it check the data from electronic health records or genetic information. In internet, there are various databases, right? Or various website or various electronic health records. So what it will do is it will check all the inclusion exclusion criteria in the internet or electronic health records, and then it will identify the suitable candidates very fastly. Okay, and also using predictive analytics, using machine learning models, it will tell which participants are most likely to participate, enhancing the recruitment efficiency. I have told there are a lot of inclusion exclusion criteria, right? So what this model will do is it will predict whether this particular participants in electronic health record is suitable or not. Patient matching, precision matching of patients to trial based on the comprehensive data analysis, improving the chance of finding the right participants. Okay, what are all the benefits of AI? Speed. So I told you now, the race of COVID vaccine in 2021, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, everyone were fighting who will come first. At last, Pfizer, they develop the vaccine first, and cost effectiveness, accuracy, diversity. Okay, this is how AI helps. And then let's see how AI models and Python for recruitment. Okay, so in this application, there are a lot of machine learning models can be used, like random forest neural network. So these are all the mathematical models which helps to identify the eligible participants. Okay, and natural language processing. Natural language processing, it is when your data is numbers, you can simply use any mathematical model. Okay, any data is numbers, you can use the mathematical or statistical methods. What if your data is textual data like health records or clinical notes? You have to make the data to computer understand. Okay, if you give the text data to computer, it will not understand anything. It has to be 0 or 1. Okay, if computer wants to understand the text, it has to be either 0 or 1 binary form. What this NLP will do is NLP will convert the textual data into the binary form 0 to 1, where computer can understand the pattern. Okay, so this is the application of NLP. And Python libraries, scikit-learn, pandas, TensorFlow, NLTK, Spicy. These are all the package where a artificial intelligence model, whether pharma companies use. Okay, so these are all the packages pharma companies use for the AI models. Okay, so let's see what are all the startups in this area. There is an antidote. They also use the AI model to match patients with clinical trial based on their medical profile. There is another startup called Deep6 AI. This employ AI to analyze patient data and identify candidates for clinical trials quickly and accurately. Trials AI, this also utilize the AI to streamline the design and management of the clinical trial. Unlearn AI, this also same thing. for clinical trial simulation, improving participant selection. So all this AI, all the startup, they focus on AI to for the clinical trial recruitment. Okay, so they develop a system where it automatically identify the suitable participants for the clinical trial. Okay, now I have few MCQ knowledge check questions. Let's see. So what is the primary goal of the clinical trial recruitment? Please read the option and type your answer in the chat. Okay, so everyone are saying B. Yes, obviously it is correct. Well done. The primary goal of the clinical trial and recruitment is to identify and enroll suitable participants for clinical trials. Okay. Okay, let's see. How does AI improve clinical trial recruitment? Read the options and type your answer. Okay, perfect. Yes, B is correct. The main motto for the AI in clinical trial recruitment is to automate the identification of eligible participants from large data set. Perfect. Okay, now let's see now how the AI used in clinical trial conduct. Okay, conduct is nothing but the place where the clinical trial occurs. Okay, so once the participant is enrolled in the clinical trial, either the participant will be in the investigational site, or if it is virtual clinical trial, he will be in the clinical trial from the home based itself. Okay, so there are two types of clinical trial. One is home based, another is virtual based. But we will see in the next slide. So in conduct stage, what we are going to see is we are going to see AI-based sensor and wearable device. Okay, how it improves the patient monitoring, and how the video capture device integrated with the AI algorithm will monitor the patient in the safely manner. Okay. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are two types of clinical trial. One is home-based, where the human participants physically participate in the study at a specific location. So most of the clinical trials occurs in the hospital or research center. Virtual clinical trial means human participant participate remotely in the study. Okay, so they will be in home, but they will be wearing some device or sensors, and with the mobile apps, the investigator will monitor the participants. Okay, so there are two types of clinical trial, virtual and home based. Okay, so there is a concept called AI based sensors. Okay, what this sensor will do? Maybe before going that, let me explain. Okay, there are some chronic disease condition, diabetes, and then hypertension, and some kidney disease. Whenever there is a chronic kidney condition or chronic disease condition, the patient has to take the tablets or drug for a lifelong, right? Even for clinical trial, if some pharma company, example Novo Nordisk, they have a drug, they mostly work on the diabetes mellitus, right? So when they are planning to conduct a clinical trial, they are enrolling older participants, okay, maybe more than 60 years, 70 years. But the most of the participants more than 60 years, if they want to participate in a clinical trial, they have to come to investigational site, they have to travel. Uh, okay, but what is the use of participating in the hospital? Okay, it is a chronic disease condition. They can take the clinical trial from their home itself. Okay, So for example, if Novo Nordisk is conducting a clinical trial, maybe phase 1 or phase 2, and they are enrolling a participants whose age is greater than 60. Okay, they are enrolling nearly 60 to 100 participants. So all the participants are older adult participants. Okay, what Novo Nordisk is doing is they are making all the participants to wear the camera. Okay, wearable camera in their hand. Okay, so what this wearable camera will do is it will monitor the participants whether they are taking the diabetes drug in a time or not. Okay, whether all the participants are taking the drug in a time or not. If they are not taking the drug, automatically their blood sugar will rise or lower, right? So always the chronic disease condition like blood pressure or sugar, it has to be monitored, right? So with the help of sensors and wearable camera, the investigator can monitor the participants' data from the site itself. Okay. So how it can be achieved? The participants wear the wearable camera watch. It will monitor the data. It will monitor the blood pressure, sugar data, and it will send the data to the pharma company. Okay. And neural network model, what it will do is, for example, morning 6 o'clock, the sugar level is normal. Morning 7 o'clock, sugar level is normal. Suddenly 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, the sugar level went up. Okay, then what this neural network model will do is it will identify the pattern in the data and then it will note down to the doctors in the clinical trial. Okay, so this is how the AI-based sensors work in the clinical trial. So, as I mentioned, there is an algorithm called CNN. This is a deep learning model. What it will do is it will capture the video of the participants, whether they are taking a medicine or not, and then it will send the data to the clinical trial site or to the doctors. Okay, and if the sensor has some sensor has the ability to measure the sugar level, blood pressure level, it will send the data about the vital signs also. Okay, now let's see what is the I have some knowledge check questions also here. What is the primary advantage of virtual clinical trial here? If you know the answer, type your chat here. Yes, B is correct. It reduces the time and cost associated with the patient requirement and monitoring. Okay, perfect. Okay, now another question is, what is the one potential application of wearable cameras in clinical trial? Read the option. If you know the answer, put it in a chat. Okay, perfect. A is the correct. It monitor the participant adherence to the medication regimen. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Another question. What type of data can wearable cameras collect to aid clinical trials? Read the option and okay, perfect. All very well done. It is option A is correct. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, now in clinical trial using the sensor, they collect the data. Okay, once now the data is ready. They have collected the glucose data. They have collected the blood pressure data or all other vital signs, urine analysis, chemistry. All the data are collected. Okay, now the data is stored in the clinical trial. what the statistician in clinical trial do is they will collect the data and then they will analyze the data. Okay. So using some mathematical model or statistical model, they analyze the data and they will check whether the drug is effective or not. Okay. So what statistician do, they will analyze the data, and then there are some medical writers in the pharma company, they interpret the results of the clinical trial. Okay, so together statistician and medical writers, they develop a lot of clinical trial documents. Okay, in clinical trial, there are a lot of documents called protocol, statistical analysis plan, clinical study report. Okay, so in clinical study report, you will find a lot of clinical study results. In protocol, in clinical trial protocol, you will find a lot of planning information about the clinical trial. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here, in clinical trial, there are a lot of information in the document, and there are a lot of clinical trial documents. And what FDA is saying is, whoever is participating in the clinical trial, their information should be very sensitive. The pharma company should not disclose their identity, their demographics, their information should not be disclosed publicly. Okay, all their demographic or any personal information should not be shared publicly, because I told there are so many clinical trial documents available. It can be publicly available also. What pharma company do is they disclose the clinical trial documents in internet or website. So even any person can download the clinical trial document or statistical analysis plan. Sometime in clinical protocol or statistical analysis plan, you will see the information about the participants, okay? Or you will in clinical study report, or sometime you will see the information about the investigator. All this information are sensitive information. So one another scope of AI is identifying the personal information in clinical trial document and automatically redact the sensitive information. Okay. Suppose clinical study report is the 1,000-page document and it may contain a lot of sensitive information. What pharma company will do is they will develop a artificial intelligence system which will automatically read the data and it will redact the sensitive information. Okay. Similarly, publication. In publication also, they should not disclose any sensitive information. So they will develop a AI system which will read the publication. If there are any sensitive information, it will automatically redact it. Okay. So this is another scope of artificial intelligence application. Okay. So there are some algorithm called CNN, convolutional neural network. This helps to identify the sensitive information in the clinical trial document and it will redact the information. Okay. So the sensitive information like family, pregnancy, abortion, mental health, substance abuse. There are so many types of sensitive information there. All this information will be redacted in the clinical trial document. Okay. So this is all about the AI application. I covered it today, but apart from that, there are some other application also. But these are all the main areas. Okay, so that's it from my side. If you have any questions, let me know. Put your message in a chat, or you can. Yeah.
Hello,
Thank you.
Speaker. Thank you so much. Just one question, considering the limited availability of the time, how does AI help in arriving at the appropriate calculation of the sample size for different phases?
So, can you repeat the question? Your voice is little low.
I'm sorry. I'm asking about how
Hmm.
to arrive at appropriate calculation of sample size with the help of AI tools for different phases of clinical trials,
You mean
including
sample
rare
size?
indications.
You mean
Jenny,
sample?
they're asking about the sample size.
Okay. Sorry. The audio was very low. Okay. Sample size generally, they don't use AI. Okay. They generally use the statistical method, simple
Yes.
statistical method. For example, there is something called inferential statistics.
Yes.
Okay. So with the help of treatment effect, For example, if the motto is to compare the treatment with placebo, okay, and the investigator know that the efficacy is almost similar for treatment and placebo, then they will assume the treatment effect as a very lower margin. Okay, so based on the treatment effect, the sample size differs irrespective of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Okay, and also based on the cost, also they will decide they will compromise the power of the result. Okay, sometimes they
Yes.
will compromise the power of the clinical. So based on
Yes.
the power, based on the treatment effect, they will assume. But here you don't need a artificial intelligence application, because when you need artificial intelligence, when you have a large data set, or if you want to automate the manual application, then you can use the artificial intelligence. But sample size, it's a simple statistical calculation. They use a various parameter to arrive this numbers.
No,
Absolutely.
agreed. If we, so for NCE, we understand all these parameters we take into consideration. But for example, for an abbreviated new drug application or opting for a 505(b)(2) kind of a route for novel dosage forms, where in fact there are no specific data available for me, especially with regard to the comparator arm, and to set an objective of either non-inferiority or superiority, how could I seek the help from the AI? Because my statistician says, hey, give me the data, otherwise I am not able to give you the sample size properly. So you should give me some data which is reported somewhere in some literature, and based on which I can infer the response rate. And I'm not able to give that data because no such literature is available. What to do?
Yeah, I think if you don't have information in literature review, then obviously they will say conduct a simple survey, or I
Yeah.
don't know what type of data it is, but if you don't have access to simple survey or previous literature research, then it is not possible to calculate the sample size. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Usually,
where we really
sometimes,
face the
yeah.
challenges, because even if we have undertaken, suppose, systematic reviews, right, scanty literature, and the need of the project is such that you have to do a clinical study. And we often encounter this problem when we are developing the drugs for orphan designation, right, to claim certain market and exclusivity rights. And there is always a problem for calculating the sample size. Now, suppose we go for a lower sample size, even if we have a successful consultation with the regulatory authorities, later on at the actual meeting for the marketing authorization application, they deny. They say, no, this is not a sufficient sample size, you do something else. And we are put in our situation. So how do you think that AI somewhere could help us here? Because we probably are not able to find out those data where AI could actually lead us to some conclusion and clues. Oh, yes, here are some data, at least real world data, if not the published literature, and that can be used to underpin the basis for sample size calculation.
Yeah, I understand your issue, but I don't think AI used as the application there. Most probably, we can use the simulation, but not applicable to sample size here. Simulation cannot help in sample size calculation.
Absolutely not.
What I'm trying to say, statistics, mostly they use the simulation for faking the data, but here that also cannot be done. Either you should have the parameter in this, the literature review, or you have to conduct a small survey to get the estimate. Otherwise, I don't think AI will answer the sample size without this parameter. Even AI, you need a parameter inputs. So I don't think we can calculate the sample size, yeah, without these parameters.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I have some questions here. One or two. We'll take
Sir,
just one or
I
two
have one
questions only.
question, sir. So can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead, please. We
I
have
have,
only 2
yeah,
minutes for the
I
questions. We
have
are
one question which, Jennifer, I have one question. As you mentioned, AlphaFold 2, launched by Google, it's a subsidiary, I think DeepMind, the subsidiary of Google, has launched this. So recently, I read somewhere that AlphaFold 3 has also been launched. So this starts from Alpha 2, now Alpha 3. So what's the advancement that is going on with the alpha? Because it understands the protein folding patterns, right? So what's the advantage of alpha 3 fold over alpha 2? Because alpha 2 was launched somewhere in 2018, I guess. So I just wanted to know, I mean, they are why they are coming up with the successive, you know, folding the AI enabled alpha fold 3.
I think I'm not very familiar with the AlphaFold 3. So in my work, we don't use AlphaFold 3 very much. We work in the data like redacting the sensitive data, or we work in a R&D of the clinical trial. But if you give the sequencing data, I can analyze, but I don't know much detail about the 2 or 3rd version. Because we don't work with the drug discovery data, we work with the R&D data, or like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We don't work with the preclinical data. So I'm not much aware about what is going to change in AlphaFold 3. Yeah. But if
Okay,
I can
thank you so much.
research and
Thank
tell
you.
you maybe, yeah.
Yes, sir, please, sir. Yes, sir, please. Because I'm quite interested. I'm following this from 2020, this
Okay.
year. So I was like, because a lot of information hasn't been shared in public by Google.
Yes.
So that's why I thought, as you are an expert, so I could get some, new things to know about. Because whatever I have read, it is available in the form of articles in public domain. So just I was curious to know more about it.
Maybe we can connect offline through mail or phone, and maybe I will research and let you know.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, sure.
sure.
I'll connect you on
Yeah, that
LinkedIn.
would be great.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
thank. Okay. Any
Okay.
other question?
No, I don't think, Jenny. I think all the questions are done. Okay, I have two questions. Those are I think for me, how PharmD students get job in clinical trials. So first of all, guys, I believe you are having the clinical project in the 5th year. So do it well and learn well the methodology. At least if you cannot publish that, that's a bare minimum to ask. If you can publish that, that is great. But if you cannot publish that, at least do the project by yourself and learn the methodology. Okay, and then in the internship do a project for 6 months, 8 months, or 1 year, and publish that and get into the market, either through the industry or through the hospital as CRC coordinator. I mean, the clinical research coordinators or clinical research assistants or clinical research associates. And there are many positions available for PharmDs in the clinical research nowadays. PharmDs are eligible for the ICMR also as clinical research scientist A, and research coordinators and research associates 1, 2. So you guys have a lot of opportunities in the industry and hospital and even in the government sectors like ICMR in the clinical research. So there is nothing special to do. ICMR takes directly through the interviews, no examination or nothing special, just the interview. There are the openings, just keep visiting the ICMR websites and all. So there are multiple centers for ICMR and Public Health, Foundation of India, PHFI. Keep visiting and you will get a lot of vacancies there. Can PharmDs are eligible for biostatisticians post? Yes, they are, but they should have some expertise in the biostatistics. Absolutely. And BPharms also, BPharms can go to the technical jobs in ICMR. That I think we will discuss this after the sessions because we are quite late. And guys, as the Sakshi has asked the question, and there are many people who have the same question, how are pharma students to build career in this area, and is there any courses available? So yes, we have the course. And we have started this course today itself. Okay, and we got, I think, sufficient the number whatever we opened for this course, the diploma course in AI. So let me share, if anyone is interested, they can join. So it's a great opportunity. Here guys, you can see here, this is the course what we have opened and what's going on right now with us. Here is the course. You can see 6 months skill development value added diploma course in artificial intelligence. And I think I have opened the old one, the spelling mistakes. Artificial intelligence and machine learning for clinical research and pharmaceutical industry. So this is a 6-month diploma course, guys. there are two courses. One is course 1, which is for basics, and there is course 2, which is for advanced one. So I mean, the entire diploma is for the like the people who even do not have any kind of expertise in AI, they can join. They can start with the fundamentals and they can go to the advanced version. The entire diploma includes both the courses. And if you want to join the course 1 and course 2 separately, it's completely up to you. So here is the information, complete information about the highlights. We are having around 40 hours plus learning in this course, complete hands-on training, and there are multiple assignments and quizzes. And you just have seen Mr. Jenny Raja Singh is the instructor for this course. Guys, there is an end-to-end engagement because we don't take more than 50 students in one batch. Right now we have 46 students in this batch, so I think we can accommodate 4 more students in this. So this is the syllabus for course 1, and there are 7 weeks, and this is the course syllabus for course 2, the deep learning and all everything, right? And this has started recently. I think this is the old one I have opened. The new batch has started today only. Today only, yeah, right? So there is 3 plus 3 months, like 2 courses for 6 months. Okay, and the charges are just bare minimum through the market. Like we don't charge, as in the market. So the course 1 just cost 500 rupees, 2499. Course 2, 2499, and full diploma is 4000 rupees only. Okay, full diploma we are just charging 4000 rupees only. So anyone who is interested can ask for the this browser. I'll share the new browser in the once the sessions are going on here, guys. Don't worry, and I'll share the link also. So I hope you will get the things whatever you are looking for here. Okay, you will get all the expertise, and this is not the first time. This is our second batch for this course, guys. Okay, this is for the second batch. So actually third batch. Our first batch is completed, and we are done and dusted with that wonderful
Sir, excuse me.
reviews. Yes.
Sir, this diploma course will help for family students, sir.
Absolutely, that is for the pharmaceutical people only. As you can see, the title says AI and ML for the pharma industry and clinical research industry. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So over to you, Mansi. I think we are too late. We should not delay much. We should finish. I think we should get 15 minutes and we should finish it before 6:30.
Sure, so there are a few questions. We'll answer them in the end.
We'll answer it later. No worries. This diploma will help life sciences students also. Yeah, over to Mansi. Yeah, please go ahead, Mansi.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next speaker for the day is Sarab ma'am. Sarabjit Sidhu ma'am has over a decade experience in various domains of clinical research, including clinical operations, auditing, medical writing, and clinical trial transparency. She started a professional journey with WHO and subsequently worked with multiple multinational pharmaceutical companies. In her spare time, she generously imparts her knowledge by conducting sessions at various educational institutions. She has authored 2 books titled Clinical Research and Medical Writing and Pharmacovigilance to guide students from practical perspective. We have with us ma'am today, and I request ma'am to start her session as we are running out of time.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mansi. Let me share the screen. So I have condensed my session to just 5 to 7 minutes. So because we have less time now. So before I start, I would like to thank Dr. Ajit and Dr. Rajput sir. It's always pleasure to come and speak with student. It's like one of my hobby. I love it. I never get tired out of it. So because it gives me an opportunity to learn, right? Because there will be a question which maybe we don't have an accurate answer. We will go back and try to find and make ourselves learn, right? So these are the 2 books I have written. So if someone need it, but directly coming to topic, how I plan differently, but we have a little less time. I will be focusing a lot more on the uses, practical aspects, so that even as a student, you can take out some help from AI. I will only my big message in today's session. If you want to take out, start using it. That's it. Period. Start
Yes.
using it. Nothing else. If you can't do anything, need not to do a research. Just start playing with it, right? So as we have already induction on that, what is AI and all that, it simulates human intelligence. Basically, how we are thinking, how we are giving a reasoning, how we are doing the problem solving, how like I may be having my language style, right? Which may be a different from Dr. Ajit and other people, right? That will be a to me, it's limited to serve, and you might have a different style. So AI can mimic that. Basically, it is mimicking a human behavior. So, it is not creating something at its own. The meaning is that you will be giving some input, and based on that, based on those instructions, it will give you the output. So basically it predicts sometime it overdo the things because anyways these are the AI tools. So that is the reason you need some human intelligence who can ensure that what it is saying, it is correct. So what these type of the tools, like you are using ChatGPT, that was a major breakthrough. It was not like that before that we were not using AI. I have done project in medical writing back in 2018 where we were trying to generate these narratives by using some AI tools, right? And it was working there at time as well. But now we have a kind of a revolution. It has came to in our everyday's life. So these technologies, they use large language models, and based on that, they generate the output. So now, if I wanted to tell you how these AI and Gen AI works, basically, the traditional AI was that it used to analyze the data. So when I'm speaking like back in 2017 or 18, we have documents where we were taking help of AI. These you can say that software engineers, they were doing the coding, and because of that they were building a program, and based on that we used to get those auto-generative documents. But now there is a change, right? Because of this Gen AI. Now problem here is that, as you may know, that it is on human, it is on you, that who has to ensure that it is correct, it's complete, it is not biased, and we are applying the technology in a right way. And that's why I'm saying that you should start using right now, because then you will start realizing where it is working in a right way, where it is not working in a right way, how you can use it. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of time to uh, take help from AI. So never ever say that AI generated. Always say that AI assisted. You are taking assistance from AI. It's just like you have hired an employee. So it can't be 100% by AI. It is with the assistance of AI. So you, as a intelligent student, you can do an human oversight and control. Now, in this space where you are a student, you can use open tools. Then when you will be working somewhere, you will be using tools, those are having a control, right? Because any information which you are putting on these open AI tools, it can go on a web, right? It is going on a web. So always, even you using it today, don't try to put your confidential information. Hide that. Always use that intelligence. So it work on very simple principle that you give it a prompt. Prompt is nothing, basically instruction. How you can give a best instruction? Use some example. Suppose there is a big article, you don't have a time, but you need a summary of that article. You put it in there. You can take a summary from that article. So that is one uses I have given you. Or, you may have, you wanted to see what is the trend in this particular research area. So you wanted to analyze that trend, just wanted to get an idea. Or sometimes we are having a blockers, even if you wanted to start working on some article, but you know, it's always difficult to start with, then get going. Like this seminar, we thought okay, within 1.5 hours we'll wrap up, but now we started, we are keep on speaking, we are keep on sharing. Just like that, you can give a prompt to your AI tool, you know, give a outline, give a draft, then later you can sharpen it, you can revise it, all that. So what instruction you have given, always try to give examples, always try to test it on what type of instruction you are giving. Then these LLM, you know, large language models, they process it on what basis? Based on what is in the memory. So initially when ChatGPT was not linked to Google, it used to tell you my memory is limited to this date, you know, because that was its memory. So whatever in its memory, then it will process with that, and then it will give you an output. And this output can be a text. We have a different tools where images also can come, where audios can also be generated. In fact, even if you have some graph, you are so lazy that you wanted to write a text on that. Sometimes this happen, you know, when we are really tired of doing things. And you will be amazed to know, just put that graph in ChatGPT, simple, no, not need not to go into a specialized tool. Just give it a prompt and instruction that give me a summary. It will summarize for you. Tell me what this graph is suggesting. And then once the text is in front of you, it will also give you some references. And those references are so important. You can directly go and land up on those pages and can, you know, build your thoughts and ideas on that. So good prompt provides role and identity, context, query. Your prompt can be of 2-3 pages, 2-3, you know, lines, sorry, not pages. Query, task. You even can give an output format like, okay, this is the topic. You know, you just say that assistance of AI in healthcare. Give me the text for 5 slides. It will give you slide 1 this, slide 2 this, slide 3, 4. I like that. Or you have written some text, you know, you as a student, you have worked on some piece of paper, and then you wanted to ensure that grammar is correct. Just put that text in your tool and give it an instruction that please proofread it. So in those ways, it is very helpful. So can you also share with me few examples of where you can take a AI sport? Quickly, our next slide is on that I don't have time. Diagnosis, yeah. Because that even Dr. Rajput has spoken a lot about that. Even on a writing, can't you think about, as of now, developing, generating query, literature search, all that? What, just think about as in writing, what is your requirement? You may be as a scientist, you may be as a working person in a clinical research. Literature search is always very much needed in our day-to-day life, right? Developing documents like, you know, manuscripts, protocols, CSRs, right? Review articles, language as per audience. You know, there are sometimes happens that we have to, you know, generate a text in a at the different levels. Like one may be very simpler because it is meant for patient. One can be as complex because it is meant for scientists and the regulatory bodies, right? So there you can take a help from AI tools. These are requirements, you know, these are not limited to this, but you know, just few examples. Now, how you can take a assistance from AI? You can take assistance from AI to search your literature. Suppose you are in your master program, you wanted to, you know, generate a research query for your thesis. Take help from AI, right? And you can also try to identify the trends. Query building, you can layer up the questions. Otherwise, you will think at your own. But here you can layer up the questions by using AI tools. And if you are having big article, you can take a summary from AI, right? And you can take it, use it as an author, but you have to be very sure when you are publishing it. As I said, you can take a help from it to remove a author block, to remove the writing block, that, oh, how I get going, right? But ultimately you have to change your language and translations, identifying the research gaps, like immediately if you want to know, like in this indication, where we are, what is gap, what is needed, right? So because that will be the introduction of your any research. So that's where you can take a help. Formatting, even a review, QC, you can take a help as a writer. I'm just speaking from a writing perspective. But I also wanted to, I run this, one small research, like, okay, what is the leading publishers policy on this, right? They are saying that you can use Gen AI tools to improve the readability and the language. Do not list Gen AI as a co-author or author. You can't say that I have taken 100% sport in a writing from the tools. Human oversight. What I mean by human oversight, that who is taking the ownership for the accuracy of the data? Because ultimately you have to conclude the things, you have to present it. Who is taking that ownership? It's a human oversight is needed, and decision can't be given by the AI. You can't say that this is the conclusion given by AI. You can take a sport, but ultimately you have to give it your stamp, that this is done by this person who is expert in this field. And wherever you have taken a sport from AI, you have to give it as a disclosure, like this is the tool in which capacity has been used. Even if you are reviewer, there's one girl, I guess, she raised very right question, that how about the confidentiality? We are always speaking about privacy and the confidentiality. You can't upload your new manuscript in OpenAI tools. Do not do that, because that violates the principle of a confidentiality. And whenever you get confused, always go to a 13 GCP principle, right? Always go back and refer to that. Your answers will be very clear. AI is not a decision maker. It's you who has to make the decision, but you can take a sport from this. And they discourage, like, do not use AI created figures and graphs. There can be few exceptions, but otherwise do not use AIs to create an artwork, is not permitted at all. So I have condensed, initially I planned that we will do few exercises together, but today we have very limited time. So this is how we can take a assistance from AI. So crux is that start using it today, play around with it, even download on your mobile, try to use it. You may make few mistakes, but ultimately, it will help to sharpen your skills. Now we can take the questions. Dr. Jeet and Mansi, back to you. So I saved a lot of time, so.
you, ma'am. Participants, if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat box.
Yes, guys. If you have any questions, please ask in the chat box.
So I guess we have two questions. One question is, what is the application which ma'am referred to just now? And the second question is, how to get a job of medical writing?
How to get a job of a medical writing? There are few skills needed for a writing. One is, of course, you will be having a flair to write, And in a writing, good thing is that you need not to work on a principle of a literature, like a creative writer. Even intermediate skill works very good. Uh, I will say start applying for, entry level jobs, like even for internship, associate in medical writer, even a QC specialist, that is also entry-level job. Even you can also, there are companies where entry is easy. I will say in a CRO, contract research organization, if you wanted to be a medical writer, it is little easier than directly going to a pharma company. So I will say start trying with your contract research organization, and be prepare yourself for a written test. There will be a written test when you will be going for a medical writing jobs.
Okay.
Which AI need to be learned for a CDM? I think Jenny can answer, but in general, Jenny, are you there for data management? If you can answer, like if they need to.
He has answered already. He has answered already.
Okay. Sorry.
Ma'am, we have a next question. As a pharmaceutical analysis student, how can we interlink AI in a project? And in AI, which part we want to learn and focus more?
So very straightforward, at least to draft, if you are master's programs, you can say that research work, even for a planning purpose, what research question you wanted to do it, for a writing purpose, you can do it. There are a lot of scope where you can apply AI.
Pharmaceutical analysis people, I think, yeah, there are a lot of setups, lot of, the softwares and a lot of applications which can help you in analytical work, which can help you in, the demonstration of the, these instruments, new instruments and all the instruments are coming up with the, computer applications, and they can help definitely. And there are the AI, involvement in all the softwares, and as we have discussed, as our all the speakers have discussed till date, till now, in the fastening the process and process of analyzing and the quality check and all. So I think there are a lot of things what we can do even in the pharmaceutical analysis using the AI and ML.
Just I'm giving a snippet to few tools like those they can use.
Yeah. There are
Free
some.
tools they can try and.
There
Is
is
medical writing? It's the same. Medical writing and scientific writing is same. If you know.
Yes.
So medical writing, little differences from your scientific writing is you will be working on a
Absolutely.
regulatory document like protocol and your ICF, CSR, all that. The biggest difference is you are always having a source document with you. And here language is also, pharma companies, they have a libraries inbuilt with them. So you need not to worry more on a language. The only thing is that you have to apply your scientific learning and little story building as a medical writer.
Yeah. And
Saurabh, in my opinion, what I've seen actually, from these modern students, especially those who are having PharmD qualifications, many times they try to just copy and paste certain important aspects for say, for example, clinical study protocol, for some very important elements like framing study objectives and fixing study endpoints, and also inclusion exclusion criteria. Now, the practice in general is just go on clinicaltrials.gov kind of a source and copy paste the entire stuff from in your study protocol. But instead of that, if they take pain in understanding the disease pathophysiology, the common treatment used to study population, I think they should be in a much better position. And if they thereafter they try the tools of this AI-based machine learning, I'm sure they can add a great value to their medical writing as far as the clinical study protocols are concerned. Are you in agreement with this suggestion?
Yeah. So surely I do agree with it. I will always say, I always give them a reference to ct.gov because it's a great repository we have as of now. But cut copy paste is not encouraged. And when we are speaking about a regulatory writing, I always say that you as a medical writer is in a very good position. The reason is you have experts around you. If there is a inclusion exclusion criteria, you just need to write on the basics, because for the rest you have to connect with your scientific person, right? There is a stat section, you have to connect to a statistician. There is a something on a PK, you have to connect to a PK scientist. But only thing is you have to work in a team and connect with everyone. And yes, cut copy paste is highly discouraged. It's not encouraged in any capacity. So that's why we are saying that we even, Dr. Ajit, when you planned that internship, be given some dummy projects also, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Small writing assignment, protocol,
Yes,
ICF and all
absolutely.
that, just to help them to, build that skill of a
Absolutely.
writing.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, let's get the next Mansi. Let's not delay much. We'll take the questions in my session.
So our last speaker for the day is Dr. Ajit Singh, sir. All of us know him, but let us give a formal introduction to him. So, Dr. Ajit Singh, sir, is the founder and chief executive officer at Clement Research Solutions, and Curo, a young entrepreneur and scientist. Sir completed his PhD in July 2019 in cardiology from the eminent Manipal Academy of Higher Education, a leading organization in research and education in India. In March 2021, he was appointed as a research scientist for ICMR at the Department of Medicine, Kasturba Medical College, Manipal. He also serves as a national director for research at the World Youth Heart Federation, India, and principal investigator for Manipal Heart Failure Registry. In July 2021, he was appointed as a vice president of the Medical Artificial Intelligence Wing at Indica AI in Mumbai. He has published more than 40 papers in different streams of medicine. He has received several international research and travel grants from esteemed organizations, including European Society of Cardiology, the Indian Council for Medical Research, DST SERB, and the American College of Cardiology. He has also received the Young Achievers Award 2019 and Young Scientist Award 2020 in cardiology research from reputed international organizations. With that, I hand over to Ajit Singh, sir, that he can start the session.
Thank you very much, Mansi, for this wonderful introduction. And I would like to thank all our previous speakers, Professor Rajput, sir. Thank you very much. He has, I think, established the base and covered everything, right? Right, sir. So sorry. And the best part here is it's always, very nice to listen to him. And now today he is here to listen to me. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for staying till the end. And I'm really, grateful to you for this wonderful session and to stay till the end. So first of all, how I planned is like, let me take some questions from the audience. Okay, some people are asking AI for analysis. Some people are asking AI for medical writing. Some people are asking for AI for CDM, AI for scientific writing. Is there any specific courses of AI, artificial intelligence in different domains? So guys, let me tell you first, very, very, in the very clear words, very clearly, AI is the assisting tool. Okay, AI is the assisting tool and it helps in all the stages of clinical research. It helps in all the stages as we are, seeing for last 2.5 hours almost. It started from the drug development, even finding the chemical entity, and then phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and the post-marketing analysis, pharmacoepidemiology, epidemiological studies. It helps everywhere. There is nothing specific like the AI will help only in medical writing, AI will help only in CDM. There are the different applications of AI at different levels of clinical research. Okay, And sir has told about all the domains of healthcare as well, not only the pharmacoepidemiology, but in the drug development, and in the genetics, in the patient care, everywhere the AI helps, right? In different aspects, in different domain coverage. So see, as you are telling, you are asking for the medical writing, especially if I tell you. So in the medical writing itself, from the literature search to the data analytics, to the, to summarizing the papers, to summarizing the books, to summarizing, the abstracts in 1 line, 2 line, and the grammar checks, plagiarism check, and the sentence corrections, editing, proofreading, you will see a lot of things, right? When we go to the medical writing or scientific writing is not just about the grammar. It's about the methodology, it's about the statistics, it's about the multiple statistical tests, it's about the discussion, it's about the literature search. A lot of process is involved in the medical writing or scientific writing. Right. So the the artificial intelligence is involved in every domain at every level of clinical research, and you have to understand it. Okay. And right now, definitely there is no specific courses for, the AI in, like, especially AI in pharmacovigilance or AI in medical writing. But we have the course, and I have seen a few courses that the people are providing for AI in clinical research completely. So our course, what we are providing, as I have shown, is for data analytics, is for drug development. It is helping in the medical writing, it is helping in the pharmacovigilance, it is helping in the case processing. So it will help you in multiple domains, but there is no specific things. So if you want to read the specific things, then you have to read something, the literature, the published papers, the published the data, where they have already applied the AI in different domains right now. Right? Maybe in the upcoming years or upcoming months, there are specific courses for specific domains that would be very helpful, for the specific student, or super specialized patients for a like the pharmaceutical analysis or pharmacovigilance or clinical research, or something. But right now, if you want to read, please go ahead with the specialized papers and specialized applications, whatever they have done previously. Now, the second thing, I'll start my session with a story, right? Definitely, I'm not going to repeat whatever the Professor Rajput, Sarabji, and Jenny has, discussed with all of you. And my topic is totally different. I'm going to talk about the Indian guidelines, and I don't have much time also. I think 5-7 minutes I'll take, not much. But let me tell you a very, what we say, the use of AI in the life. Sir was discussing about the variables. The live incident, I'll tell you. Day before yesterday, it's not the old thing. Day before yesterday, my colleague, you might be knowing Dr. Siddesh Rajpurohit. Everyone knows, all the student knows Dr. Siddesh Rajpurohit. So my PhD students were sitting with him, and he was sitting there. And one of the PhD student, one of my PhD student, he bought the Samsung ka phone and Samsung watch. So they were using the ECG in the Samsung watch. It was normal for everyone, but for one person, it was inconclusive. Okay, it was coming inconclusive for one person. And they suddenly ran to me, "Sir, can you please check this ECG? Why it is coming inconclusive?" They checked 8, 9, 10 times that ECG, but it was always coming inconclusive for a particular person. And the person is just 26-year-old. I saw the ECG. I checked in front of me twice, thrice in the watch. I checked in my Apple Watch. Then again, it was coming inconclusive only. Once it shows atrial fibrillation. So being a cardiology person, I checked, and I told, like, let's go and do an ECG. We did the ECG, and ECG was showing the bigeminy couplets. You might not be knowing, but bigeminy couplets are the premature waves. If I say in the normal language, if I say in the non-medical language to you, it's like a premature syndrome kind of thing is there in the ECG. Okay, and that can lead to the severe problems in future. So I just told them to do one echo if there any structural heart disease or something. So the conclusion of this story is how AI can be helpful right now to detect the problems, detect the health related problems. The person has never done the echo, and he did the echo at the age of 27 for the first time. It was perfectly fine. Echo was perfectly fine, but he has to do that because there was an indication through the wearable. Okay, there was an indication through the wearable. And this is the important use of AI in our healthcare. I was reading, you might be reading that the same case a few days back. One person got collapsed in Air India flight itself, and there was only one doctor, no instruments. Some person was wearing the Apple Watch. He just checked in that Apple Watch his all the vitals, blood pressure, and everything in the aeroplane, and then he gave the whatever assistance he could give in the flight, and the patient survived at the end. Right? So these things are not negligible. Okay, these things are not negligible. You cannot avoid such things. We have thousands of the role and whatever we have given to AI. We have that in our personal life, in our daily life. We have thousands of the uses of thousands of the uses of AI in our life. Yes. So it could be misleading, definitely, Dr. Randir, it could be, but at least that watch has led us to do one ECG and echo. ECG was showing inconclusive, ECG was showing bigeminal couplets, but echo was perfectly normal. So at least we diagnosed. Yes, definitely. There could be, the misleadings. There could be some, misjudgment from the AI machines and everything. Definitely it could be. But the true value is at least we came to know about the problem, and we did the, whatever it was needed that time. Right. So at least we are coming to know about the problems, whether it is, correct or not correct, or, it might be leading to some severe, conditions or complications later or not. Right. So guys, let me share my screen. Let me share some slides I prepared for that. I mean, I cannot discuss everything, but let me share a bit. Okay. So I hope you can see my slides, guys. Just say yes, just write yes. So I can go ahead. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll go ahead. So ethical use of AI in healthcare in India. So let me ask you some questions, guys. First of all, tell me how many of you know that we have such guidelines for ethical use of AI in India? If you know, can someone name the guidelines, and how many of you have read those guidelines before? And if you have read, please tell me 2 highlights of those guidelines. Yes, guys, fast, just you have 1 minute to do that. How many of you have read? My interns all know about this because I taught them these guidelines last week only. All the interns know about those guidelines because I taught them these guidelines comprehensively last week. So from the new audience, how many of you have read those guidelines and know about these guidelines, guys? Okay. Anyways, let me show you these guidelines. So India has 2 guidelines right now. India has 2 guidelines right now. One is, the guidelines for the clinical research, and one is a handbook for just for the use of AI in healthcare. Okay, so let me show. This is the first guideline you are seeing. This is the major guidelines. These one, ethical guidelines for applications of artificial intelligence in biomedical research and healthcare. These are developed by DHR, Department of Health Research, Indian Council of Medical Research, CEL, New Delhi, India. Okay, this is the major guidelines, and this is a report of a task force on artificial intelligence in healthcare in India. That is also done by DGHS, Government of India. Right. So let's see these guidelines, what the guidelines says. Right. So what's the scope of these guidelines and why they did that? So these guidelines are prepared by, as I told, DHR, ICMR, Artificial Intelligence Cell, applicables to all the stakeholders, guys, carefully, stakeholders, innovators. Innovators here does not mean only one, like who has created the AI, but innovators means who are going to who are going to use the AI for research. Okay, those scientists, researchers are also innovators here. Okay, then, I mean, they have described again, developers, technologists, researchers, and healthcare professionals, all are the stakeholders in that. Then in the regulations, there are institutions, ethics committees, sponsors, and all the funding agencies, right? And all the biomedical research and healthcare researchers which are doing these two type of research, whether those are biomedical means the the basic science research using genetics or wet labs, and the healthcare research using wet labs or the normal clinical research. Okay, so applications of AI, I think I'm not going to do that because sir has already told. In the diagnostics and screening, India has already, see, look at this sentence, what they stated in the guidelines. National Academies of Science, Engineering and Medicine report says, post-mortem studies have shown that around 10% of patient death can be attributed to diagnostic errors. That means these 10% of the deaths were preventive. Okay, preventive. So these could be these could be prevented. These are preventable 10% because these are diagnostic errors. Okay, these 10% deaths could be prevented in that. So definitely we should, take help of AI and all. This is not because of the AI, but in the diagnostics and screenings, because of the, manual errors, sometimes there is a too much problem, right? So AI-based technologies might help reducing the human errors in healthcare, and it can give the potential known methods for screening and diagnostics of the disease. Okay, then there is therapeutics, drug discovery. Sir has already discussed that. Then there is clinical care. Sir has already again discussed that. And there are such examples of natural language processing, right? And then Google DeepMind and IBM Watson Analytics are the major examples for AI powered tools for the medical assistance or diagnostics or clinical decision making tools, right? And then epidemiological and prevention of the disease, right? So there are a lot behavioral and mental healthcare. So there are some people who cannot open up to the psychiatrists, also who cannot open up to the the people who are trained in that. But sometimes when they are all alone, they can talk to chatbots, and they can use these chatbots personally to talk and share their problems, right? So that's how we can break the social stigma and help the people with mental problems, and we can change their behaviors in the good self-care, right? And health management definitely we have seen in our clinics and hospitals using the clinical management system, where you will see all the where you will see all the discharge summaries, all the medicines, all the lab reports and all, and hospital management system, where you will see all these things along with the billings and all the resources utilizations in the hospital, right? And now the major thing what they say is about responsible AI. Guys, focus on that. They have talked about four core elements, okay, four core elements of the AI. In responsible AI, name with responsible AI, they talked about inclusiveness, fairness, security, and transparency. So inclusiveness here, according to guidelines, is when you are using in the clinical trial, they are talking about clinical trials. Inclusiveness is you have to include all the people. All the people means people from all the communities, all the races, all the caste, religion, everyone. When you are using the AI for clinical research, it should not leave anyone. It should be used in every domain, every community, and with there will be no vulnerable people. There are no vulnerable communities, castes, or races. Okay, and fairness means again it should be a fair process. It should not be a biased process of selection. It should not be a biased process of the process. Biased process of the process selection, biased process of the algorithm, biased process of the participation, drug distribution, or whatever you say. I'll not go into the deep. And then the secure, definitely it should be anonymous, and along with anonymous also there should be highly the things should be highly transparent to the sponsor, to the public, to everyone, right? With the security, anonymity, the things should be transparent to the public, to the researcher, to the sponsor, and all the stakeholders, right? So these things are very, very important. So they told about 12 principles. Here you can see 10 principles, but they are talking about 12 principles of ethical use of medical AI. One is, as I told, they starts with autonomy, data privacy, accountability, and liability. Dr. Supriya, I think, has asked this question about the accountability. Who should be the accountable when AI does some mistake, or there are some mistakes because of AI algorithms, or because of the AI analysis, or AI diagnosis, AI outcomes, right? So definitely AI cannot be held responsible for anything. The person or the stakeholder who is behind this can be can held responsible for that, right? And then definitely the trustworthiness is one of the important principle, where the data security and anonymity is important. Then validity is always the first priority in AI. You cannot just create something and use it for the human participation, or use it for the clinical research involving human participants. You cannot just use it without the validity. Okay, someone was asking me like I think today only in this seminar, someone was asking what's the uh, if we do not have the data, right? So validation can be done in different ways. Validation can be done with a pilot study. If we do not have the data, we should do a pilot study in a certain number, or there are different ways of doing pilot studies also. I'll not go again because of the shortage of the time. I'll not go to the deeper version of that, but the validation can be done in different methods with the different pilot types. But validation is very, very important to check if the process, or the algorithm, or the entire AI model is working perfectly, or is applicable for the human beings, or it's applicable for the research which is going to be on the human beings or the human participants, right? And then non-discrimination and fairness, I just told. Optimization and data quality. Definitely validation will lead to the optimization and data quality, and we have to check it at different levels. Accessibility and equity. We should also make the people responsible for the accessibility of the AI and AI related outcomes, and it should be with the risk minimization and safety. And definitely there are multiple stakeholders involved in the AI related things, AI related research, or AI use or utilization in the healthcare. First of all, the technologists, the makers, and the sponsors, and then the the users, right? Users could be anyone, could be patient, or could be the healthcare person, or healthcare professional, doctor or researcher, or anyone, right? So these all collaborative and multidisciplinary research is very, very important for I mean, for any domain, but for the AI is not just in one hand. So I always give this example, and I always ask this question, right? If there is a doctor and there is an engineer, right? If there is a doctor and there is an engineer, right? So there is an MRI machine. Do you think doctor can make MRI machine all alone and make it functioning? Not at all. If you do you think, or can you say that engineer all alone can make the MRI machine and make it functioning? Not at all. So we need the collaboration of doctor, of the healthcare person here. I'll say healthcare person and engineer, to make the MRI machine and make it functioning, right? So collaborative research is very, very important in the healthcare, and that's what the guidelines say. So let's talk about the guidelines. Let me show you these guidelines. Okay, let me show you these guidelines. So let's learn more from the guidelines. I'll just show you the guidelines, guys. Let me share these guidelines with you one by one here. Okay, I hope these PDFs are visible to all of you. I'll take in hurry, guys, because I think we have spent more time. It's almost 3 hours. It's going to be 3 hours. One sec. Yeah. So these are the guidelines. First, ethical guidelines for application of artificial intelligence in biomedical research and healthcare, right? So let me come down. Yeah. So these guidelines were launched in 2023, right? These are actually 2019 guidelines, but 2023 is the updated one. Okay. And you can see the first, they have talked about the applications of AI in healthcare, right? And then they talked about the principles of AI in healthcare, right? Ethical principles, then guiding principles for stakeholders, and then ethical committee about the ethical review procedure for, in medical AI, then informed consent process, right? So they talked about this, and Dr. Rajiv Bahl was the director of ICMR when they, came up with these guidelines. So this is just the preambles and all. And here, yeah, preamble. Scope and applications. They have described all the applications, diagnostics and screening. These are wonderful guidelines, guys. I'll tell you to go through one set. It's just not much, around 60 pages of reading. That's all. Okay, therapeutic and drug discovery and development, clinical care. Okay, with the examples they have given, with the examples, language, natural language processing and all, epidemiology and prevention of the disease, behavioral and mental health. I'll come to the some important things what I have marked in these guidelines. Yes, first is ethical principles. So see, they have talked about these 4 ethical principles, majorly 4. First is autonomy, beneficence, and non-malfunctioning, and distributive justice. Distributive justice, as I told, it every person from the population should be included. Distributive justice means every person from the population should be included in any kind of healthcare research which involves AI, right? Everyone means the person from every community, every race should be involved. There should be no bias when you are using the AI related healthcare research. Okay, so these 4 they have described in all 12 things here. If you see, there are 12 principles. So I was talking about autonomy. You must know about autonomy. What is autonomy? Autonomy means they're directly telling that you should not give all the responsibilities to the machine. See what they have written here. When AI technologies are used in healthcare, there is a possibility that the system can function independently and undermine human autonomy. You understand that? That means there is a possibility that machine can overrun the human decisions here. Machine can overrun the human decisions. It should not happen. And they have written here a very clear sentence: the AI technology should not interfere with patient autonomy under any circumstances, right? So every researcher and every stakeholder has to understand that. That's why I always tell my students and everyone, before going into the clinical research, at least read all the guidelines properly. Why they have given the ICH GCP E6 guidelines? To read and to follow that, just to make sure that everything is perfect, right? Everything is perfect. You have to do that, because you are the upcoming generation, and the people who are doing mistakes, tell them to not to do the mistakes. And if they're not understanding, at least you should do some ethical work. And how you will learn the ethics? You will learn from the guidelines. At least read these guidelines. These guidelines someone's mic is on. Please off your mic, guys. Please off your mic.
Sushanta Kumar Sahu ji, please off kariye mic. Sushanta Kumar Sahu.
No worries. I have
Carry on, sir.
kept everyone's mic off. Okay, we'll open it later. Yes, so the AI technology should not interfere with the patient autonomy under any circumstances. And they have given the word, the human in the loop, HITL they call it. Model for AI technologies gives room for humans to oversight the functioning and performance of the system. HITL gives the humans to oversight the functioning and performance of the system, right? Clinical decisions made by AI technology and the physicians may be different, and such disparities cause the confusion to the user or the patient. Okay, so these should be avoided, and these should be sight before going with the final outcome or final decision, right? Then safety and risk minimization, you all know there is a lot of about, they have written a lot about these things, like how the ethics committee should work on that, how the ethics committee should review the protocols, how they should look into the protocols, everything. And then the trustworthiness is one of the most, as they see, guys, this is one of the another important principle of the AI. Trustworthiness is the most desirable quality of any diagnostics or prognostic tool to be used in AI healthcare. Clinicians need to build confidence in the tools that they use and the same applies to the AI technologies. So, some I have seen this is definitely the unfortunate in India. I have seen many clinicians, my colleagues also, they don't, believe in AI. We have done a wonderful research in AI, AI related education in SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus, for the patients and for the healthcare people. But, ultimately I got some worst comments from the people like, this is not at all correct for the patient education. See, I understand that patients are not at all aware of the things. But this is also true that before coming to us, before coming to the healthcare, professional, people look into the internet. People check, even nowadays, they check the chat GPT for the symptoms, for the medicine, for everything. Right. And some people try. That is completely wrong. That is completely wrong. Without the consultation with doctor, you should not do it. The trustworthiness comes with the validation. And how you will get the validation? Once you are seeing the doctor and you are checking the things, you will see how trustworthy the AI system or the things are, right? So that comes after validation, that comes after when you check with these things. So some of the clinicians also I have seen, they don't show the trust on, such technology. They don't want to, I'm so sorry. They don't want to upgrade themselves at all, right? So this is not correct. They should upgrade themselves. I understand completely that it is not 100% trustworthy, the AI and technologies. But if you are not trusting and if you are not using, at least for the helping, at least as a helping hand, this is completely not true. As Dr. Rajput said, it is very important to embrace the AI. Okay, we are not telling to use it 100%, but it is important now to embrace the AI because it is a helping hand and it can make your work easy, not 10 times, 100 times. Okay, it can make your work easy. So there are multiple principles like data privacy and all. I'll just take you through the guidelines and you can read it later, guys. Collaboration, as we have discussed. I'll not, I have no time to take because it's almost 7. These are the collaborators: academia, researchers, industry, sponsors, clinicians, hospitals, public health system, public and patient and the communities, ethics committees, governments, regulators, all are, the collaborators in such AI related research and things. Okay. So I'll share these PDF in the group also. You can see informed consent process and all. Let me show the different other guidelines also. So this is National Academy of Medical Science, NAMS, and DGHS, Director General of Health Services, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. They came up with the report of Task Force on Artificial Intelligence in Healthcare in India. Again, they came up with some specific things, guys. Let me show you what are those specific things. Okay, I'm not going through all, but here if you see, they have given multiple tables. The first table is list of AI applications in certain healthcare disciplines. If you go and read it, your 50% of the career aspects are done. Okay, your 50% of the career aspects you will see here in the patient care. Okay, in the clinical decision support, medical imaging, diagnostics, in the healthcare management, and everywhere they have, like in heart failures, cardiovascular disease, sepsis, neurology, nephrology, in different projects, how can you use the AI and all, right? So I think it's 16:53, guys. I'm bound to the time because it's almost 1 hour late. Okay, I'll share these guidelines with you and I'll share my session, what I took on these guidelines. You can definitely enjoy that. That is 1.5 hour session already. Okay, so I'll share that. Because of the restricted time, I cannot take the complete things today. But again, I would like to thank you. And, the students are waiting here for the, the final touch up for the assignment and for their certificates as well. So I appreciate, guys, for your wait and for your patience. So anyone who wants to ask the question, I'll be answering the questions, but let me share the let me share the form along with that. Okay. And then we can chat, we can talk, we can work on. Like if someone wants to ask the question after filling that, I'm here for next 10-15 minutes. I would like to thank everyone, Pramod sir, Sarabji, Jenny, and the Mansi for this wonderful thing. By the time, we can chat and we can talk on some questions if you guys would like to. Here I have shared the question paper and the feedback form. It's all together. Okay, you have to fill that, guys, all together. Okay, once you are done, mostly by night or tomorrow afternoon, you will get your certificates as well. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Okay, I'll open the mics also if someone wants to talk. Yes, so you guys can even talk now. Yes, guys, you can ask the questions now, please. I would be happy. I hope you like the session. I am sorry I couldn't take it properly. Sir, will the certificate from here will be valid outside India? Definitely. We are running this company for last 4 years, guys, and almost hundreds of my students are right now working abroad in USA, in Australia and UK, and some more European countries and Canada. So don't worry about that. I give my reference letters. I give my recommendation letters. I have given multiple recommendations letter and all. So if you wish, I would be helping in that also. And these certificates are applicable worldwide because our company is also registered with Government of India, and our institute is registered under the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Company Affairs, Corporate Affairs in India. So don't worry, and all the relevant certifications are there. And before education, we are a CRO, guys. So don't worry. We are contract research organization. So I'm done. So I hope the things are going good, guys. Sir, thank you very much.
Ajit sir,
Again,
thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And in fact, I was very carefully listening your session of Sarabjit ma'am as well as Raja sir, right? And even Randhir sir has added many great things. Let me tell you.
Absolutely. Dr.
Right.
Randhir has added
Dr.
multiple
Randhir
things
has
to our
added
session.
many
Thank you
things.
very
So
much.
it is always
Dr.
a
Randhir.
learning, and I'm so happy that 325 students and everybody was there. 325 total number was there, more than that.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
And still 305 are there now, 301. So it is a great session, and you always enrich with the knowledge. We also learn in turn, and at the same time, your students, they are doing excellent. So my compliments to everybody who had attended it, especially the student. And what Dr. G sir has said, I really want to repeat it. AI is an assistant to us, so
Yes.
we have to embrace it in the right perspective. Same thing what Dr. Randhir had said, same thing Sarabji madam has said, and same thing Raja sir has said about it. So let us embrace
Absolutely,
it
sir.
and take it as our assistant, not our master.
Yes, true. True, sir.
Thank you, Mansi. Thank you so much for coordinating.
Thank you, everyone.
And
How to get an internship at CLIMAT, guys? CLIMAT internship, July batch is just closed. Now next batch will come mostly in September or October. You have to wait for it because right now we are running 2 batches. Okay, March batch and July batch is going on right now. So after these, after the completion of March batch, only we can take the further batch. That will be in October mostly. Okay, so you have to wait for some time.
And please, I would request you, please add your all friends also, so that they can also learn. Because see, you guys have spent 199. It is the cost of one pizza only, right? And the
Small
learning which
pizza,
is there.
sir. Small pizza.
So one pizza costs 1,000 rupees nowadays, for 2 people it costs 1,000 rupees.
Sorry, I want to correct it. One piece of pizza. Okay, right. Okay. So what I am saying, that this learning is going to be a learning for the remaining time. We live for 60, 70, 80 years of the time. But this learning is a fundamental learning which is very important. So
Thank
small,
you.
the minute investment is going to be a lifetime outcome for that. The dividend will be for a lifetime.
Yes. SAS is asking, sir, after completion of PharmD internship, how can we get a job in ICMR or in clinical research? See, you have to do your first of all, you have to develop the clinical research in you. What I meant is that you have to learn the clinical research. You don't have to just do the project for formalities. Okay, you just don't have to write the thesis for formality. You have to do it by yourself. Whether it is published or not, it doesn't matter. But you should know how did you do that. That is important because the recruiter will ask you what is clinical research, how did you do that, how did you do your project. Okay, once you are done with that, there are multiple ways to get into ICMR or in the nearby hospitals, there are multiple clinical trials going on. Join as a CRC, clinical research coordinator. Okay, and then you can directly involve into the research. And nowadays, Manipal University provides PhD after PharmD directly. If you have a single publication or good project background, then you can join the PhD. You can get into the research as well.
So, Dr. Ajit, just one thing. Once I was selected at ICMR as a consultant, although I didn't join due to different reasons. Their test format was very simple. It is a written test, then one-to-one, interview like that.
Yes.
So you have to prepare for that. There is no
Yes.
alternate to that.
And ma'am, for the jobs, frankly, only few jobs they go for the written test. Otherwise, they just hire on the basis of direct interviews. So you have to submit your CV first to the given email IDs or given portal, and once they will, they are done with the selection of the CVs, they will call you directly for the interview.
And they were having a panel at my time, and they were
Absolutely.
having a panel interview. There
No,
were
for all the
like
interviews.
5, 6, very honorable people they were sitting, and they were asking really hard questions. I
For
won't hide. I won't hide. Yeah.
For all the
You
interviews,
have
they
to
will have a
prepare.
panel. For
Yes.
all the interviews, they will have a panel. That's why they don't go for the tests and all. They don't believe in the tests and CVs. They believe in the interviews. So
Yeah.
all the interviews, they come up, in a full panel of 5, 6 people, and then they interview. Then they roast literally. They ask you everything. They ask you about ICH, GCP guidelines. They ask you about your project. They ask you about methodology. They ask you about research methodology types. They ask everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yes.
you can, but with this sessions and internship, they can easily clear, and they
Absolutely.
praise you as well. If you are answering very well, they instantly praise you as well very much. So prepare yourself for at least 1 hour interview, I'll say.
Absolutely. Through me, I'm telling you, I have, encouraged many of my students, and they are now working as a scientist A, scientist B, and research associates in ICMR. Many of my students right now, and many of are doing PhDs after PharmD, they are doing PhD in KMC and different places in India and outside as well.
Kavya, just short answer to your question that what type of questions and area they will be focusing on. 90% on your job description and what
Yes.
you have written in your CV.
Yes, true.
So questions for any interview, I will say that you can easily predict. What I do as of now, till now, if I have to go for some interview, I prepare for 7 or 8 days. I call 10 people also like, okay, what will be the right answer for this? I make my notes. Don't go, interview unprepared. I will say
Yes,
prepare
yes,
at
it's
least
not at
for
all.
1 week. Please,
Not at all.
please.
And there is a very specific strategy. Nowadays, they hire for the specific project. So first read about the project and read about the research methodologies, what they are going to do, how they are going to do, what they have done till date, and how they are doing it. And then, related guidelines. ICH GCP is very important if you are going for any interview.
And sir, they will normally we ask that because normally today the resume has been prepared with the AI and with the LinkedIn and all. So then they ask that what is tell me about yourself that is not in the resume. That is the thing which is very important. So whenever the student they are talking about it, they should be
Yes,
prepared. And
true.
then what Saurabh ma'am has said, what preparation do you do before coming for the interview? So that's why
Very
we said
true.
that yes. And
Very
then,
true,
sir,
very true.
I will take 3, 4 minutes, 2 minutes more. I just like to add because Then they will ask, what is your growth story and passion? Because that is the passion, because you are in that, right? And again, another question will be, tell me what you see about yourself after 5 years, what you are going to be there. So
Yeah.
that will be able to see that what is your attitude and aptitude. So all these things are there which can be asked in that, and it is going to give a lot of impetus in the future.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And guys, don't overwrite. Overwrite does not mean that cutting the sentences and writing again. Overwrite here means don't write anything extra in your CV if you don't know about. Just write whatever you know. Okay. Don't showcase anything which you are not trained in or which you don't know. Okay. If you are going to ICMR particularly, I'm telling. I'm not talking about the
Dr. Ajit,
industry.
everywhere, because they have to test that are you right fit? It's a very simple question.
Correct.
You
Yes.
are giving interview, you have a pressure that I want to get a job. The person who
Absolutely.
is taking your interview, that person also having a pressure that I shall be hiring a right candidate. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
that I will be questioned that why you are doing a wrong hiring, correct? So
True,
pressure
true.
is on both the sides. Even
True,
if I
man.
have to take an interview today, I will go through that CV for half an hour and prepare myself what right questions I can ask.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
so it is both way. It is like just take it as a discussion. The
Yeah.
person is judging you. You are also judging that. Am I right
Yes.
fit? Shall I be joining? You know.
True, true,
So
true.
be that smart.
No, I've seen, that's why I was telling ma'am that I have seen a lot of students, many of the students, they just write some fancy words related to the domain or they are applying or related to the topic they are applying, that we know this, I know about this instrument and all. But, when the counter question comes, they collapse,
Correct. So
That's
one tip I always give students during our internship as well, that at least the very first question, which is predictable, introduce yourself, tell me something about yourself, prepare that, recite that thing in front of mirror. So you
Yes.
are prepared. You won't feel nervous
Yes.
in your very first question,
True.
because that will ease out the pressure.
True.
Immediately, it will ease out the pressure if you are good in your first question.
Communication.
And don't talk about history, my 10th, my 12th. Focus, link it to your job. So it's just like if you're going to buy a refrigerator, you are more interested in features, right?
Yes.
Instead of like, who invented refrigerator? Who cares who invented? Right? It is same way. So
True.
just focus on the practical aspects. I'm taking a lot of time. I'm sorry. I will stop. I won't
No,
say
that's
anything.
perfectly fine. I think we are waiting the students to complete the assessment and we
Okay,
are
okay.
just enjoying the time. That's all. 5 more minutes, guys. I'm giving you some more extra time. So we will close it at 7:10. Okay.
So I can take a little more, I
Yes.
was also like these students initially, Dr. Ajit, like all we are, right? But my
Yes.
first boss, where I worked in WHO, she was like very diligent, so much so diligent in a preparation, especially. That is the point that I learned there is that when we were having audit, they even used to train the guard who is standing outside the institute.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But that's how the habit built inside us is that we have to prepare. There is no alternate to preparation.
Yeah.
And when I was giving this interview at a GSK for this role, I prepared for that old habit for 2 days. I was anticipating question and writing the accurate answer in my diary. So just giving a students little, biggest tip, like the only thing which can make a difference in your life is preparation.
Definitely. You should not go unprepared at all. True.
Yeah. So even Dr. Ajit, even if these such a big companies, when you are having audit or you are having inspection, you prepare for months.
True. Yeah.
You prepare for months because like we are
Yes.
having audit where the audit is nearby. Let's prepare ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
So if those intelligent people who are having so much of experience, they are believing in preparation, you are going for your first or second, third job, why not you to prepare, right? So
Sir,
this
please give another session with ma'am. So guys, ma'am is our regular mentor for medical writing and pharmacovigilance and scientific writing, many more. Don't worry, our courses are being relaunched and we are starting the complete medical writing diploma. in August, and you all are welcome to join us in our medical writing batch. Okay, and our AI batch also, if you are interested, Jenny Raja Singh is the perfect person who has completed 2 batches. So you guys can join our 3rd batch now, AI diploma. I invite all of you, if you are interested, please join our AI batch, because we have already started. So no time. If you wish to register, you can register today or tomorrow. You're most welcome, guys. Okay. So 2 more minutes we have. If you
Ajit
have
sir,
any questions, 2 more minutes you can.
can I take your leave now? Can I take your leave?
Sir, thank you very much, and I'm literally humbled. आप अब तक रुके, thank you very much.
My pleasure,
And
sir.
मतलब 3 hours continuously you are with us. Thank you very much. I'm surprised, literally. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, sir.
Pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you,
And
Sarabji ma'am.
yes,
Thank you,
thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Thank you,
sir.
Mansi.
And it
Bye-bye.
was amazing to share the screen with you, literally.
Yes,
I have never
always.
presented in front of you. I have
Always.
never
Bye,
presented in
bye.
front of you. I've
Bye,
never
bye.
presented in front of you, literally.
Nahi, sir, it was you are awesome. Always
Whether it
awesome.
was 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it was first time. Thank you, sir. Take care,
Thank you, sir.
please.
Bye-bye, sir. Bye. Good night, sir.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye-bye, sir.
Okay, guys, so we are closing now. Is okay? Is done? Next medical writing course will be launched by Tuesday only, day after tomorrow. Don't worry, guys. You just be in the group. Don't leave the WhatsApp group. We are sharing all the updates in all the WhatsApp groups. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
I hope you all filled the feedback form. I'm asking again. I should not get any request, and I'll not entertain any request after this. Okay. ठीक है चलो, bye bye guys, take care guys, thank you guys, thank you.